says, believe me, right before he tells a lie.
Believe me, believe me, believe me, believe me, believe me.
A Twitter spray is just Trump's way of saying truth bye-bye. His insults and profanity have made us all feel grim. May I suggest when we're depressed, we curse right back at him. Oh, the president, let's talk dirty like the president. He bragged, he grabs without a rebuke and said he oughta screw his daughter, made us wanna puke. Oh, the president, let's talk dirty like the president. Puts down whole countries, but inflates his riches. Said what's the deal when athletes kneel and called them sons of bitches. Oh, the president, let's talk dirty like the president. Calls facts total bullshit. As oversight he's ducked. But when investigations finally reach him, yes, showing lots of reasons to impeach him.
Yeah.
Yes, history
Impeach the
is
shit
gonna
out of it.
teach him. Yes,
Isn't that what she said? Let's impeach the motherfucker. That's Lauren Mayer from Lauren Mayer's Comedy Songs. You can find her on YouTube. I'm a very appreciative. Wait a minute. See, I'm not perfect like Travis. I'm just barely learning how to do this. Take that out. Oh, wait a minute. He said hit this button before I jerk this cord out, or y'all hear everything. Anyway, how y'all doing today? It is Thursday, baby, and that means it's time. Oh, let me get that out of my way. Whee, baby. What a week. And man, I'm telling you, I got shit squared away now. Got everything here. Got me. Hey, how y'all doing? Blue Dot family, I'm so happy to be here. I really am. Today is the culmination of months and months of crap that it started last November, and I have been dealing with it ever since. Not that it's over, but the ball is now out of my court. I have done everything I'm supposed to do for this situation, all I can do, and now we wait. But I know I'm good to go for a while, and I'm not going to have to deal with other shit that's been eating my mind up lately, and concentrate more on what relieves the stress in my life, and that is beating Donnie. Where's my whacking Donnie doll? I got to get situated again. Where's my whacking Donnie doll? I don't know. I'm in here by myself nowadays. Travis will be back hopefully tomorrow, but we may go live Sunday. He may be here, so I hope so. I've missed him. He does all this shit, and I'm barely learning how to do it. Anyway, Tammy Ames, how you doing, darling? Donna Bonacosi. Joy Peters, I want to thank you very much for joining our Patreon club, and let me see, Lori Millard also joined our Patreon. We appreciate that very much. And shit, I'm learning how to do all this unless something goes wrong. As long as that little green dot keeps going, I'm good to go. And oh, by the way, woo, pig. Hello, Randy. I seen you pop up there, the first one on the screen, buddy. I'm glad you're there. I'm glad you're there. Anyway, I don't have other shit to get in my mind for at least probably 2 months. Before I have to worry about a damn thing right now. And so I can get back to concentrating on the shit that I have. I have the full Mueller report that I have barely tried to get into because in the last few days there's been a mad rush to get paperwork that I didn't have for this, that, or the other. And you got to cross the T's, dot the I's, and do all that other shit they want you to do. So that's what I've been doing. But I'm done with it. And so today, after I got done with that, I got to sit down and look at a little bit of the news. Oh, you know something? No. I'm good. I got to looking at the news. Anyway, I saw Donnie on his way to somewhere. I don't know where the hell he was going. Or he had a press conference today. First time he's spoken in a while, I guess. Anyway, he was worried about. Well, he's always worried about shit, but he's worried about Donnie Jr. right now. Because he got a subpoena. Donnie Jr. got a subpoena. And the Senate Intel Committee wants him to come on back over to the committee and have a little discussion about the shit that they've learned since the last time Donnie visited them. And oh Lord, pray tell, what might that be? It could be on a variety of issues. He's worried more about perjury because he damn sure can't make up the same story again that he used last time perfectly without screwing up. He's just like his daddy. If he speaks, he's lying through his teeth. And we've seen demonstrations of that. But it is notable that Senator Richard Burr is the Senate Intel Committee, is the one that issued the subpoena for Donnie Jr. He's a Republican, baby, and you go, wow. Everybody's going, wow. This guy's a Republican, and he's put out a subpoena for Donnie Jr. Yes, he has. And why would he have balls enough to do that? One reason, people. He is not running for re-election. This is his last hurrah. He's not going to be a senator anymore in 2020, and he doesn't want to go out the door with having Trump shit stained all over him, the smell of that crap diluted into your system. No, he don't want that. And he's not going to play the game, so he wants to go ahead and call Donnie Jr. back in there and have a few more questions, and I am all for that, baby. Let's fish him in here, because there's things we know now that we didn't know then, and he has to answer to him. But anyway, Donnie acted like he was all surprised today. Oh my God, it happened 2 weeks ago. We find out 2 weeks ago, Donnie. You knew about it 2 weeks ago, and all of a sudden today, you're surprised. Are you shitting us, Donnie? I think you are, buddy. I really do. The smell of shit every time it comes out of your mouth. You can tell that he's shoveling shit. That's what he sells, baby. He's a manure salesman. Hell, I wish I could get him to sell Jenny's crap. I ought to send him a box full and say, you're so good at selling shit. Try selling a little of this, because that's my sweetie's shit, and it's a whole lot better smelling than Donnie's shit. I guarantee you that. But anyway, Donnie says, my son is a good guy. He's a good guy. He doesn't need Washington, D.C. That's what Donnie said. And the minute that came out of his mouth, the only thing that flashed in my head was, he don't need D.C. He doesn't need Washington. He doesn't need the Trump International Hotel and Bribe Collection Center that's located right down conveniently from the White House there. So anybody coming by to do any business can stop by and pay their bribe right there. And that's part of the ongoing investigations in the emollients, the violation of the emollients clause that he continues to break every damn day he's in there. Hey, Stephanie Dean, how you doing, darling? And it just goes along with everything else we're dealing with right now. I get distracted when I look, so I got to not look for a few minutes to keep my mind on what I wanted to talk about. Donnie is out there. He said his kid don't need D.C., and he sure needs it when he's collecting money from the hotel down there. But again, he sat out there and said, besides that, the Mueller report exonerated my son. He's going on that tout now with everything. It's all exonerated. The Mueller report did everything. We're done with it. Let's just move along. There's nothing to see here. And oh my goodness, that's not the case, is it? It's our job, baby. It's the people that we have elected in our house to pursue this. They better do their job. I've seen, who was it? Rashid Tlaib, the one that said, impeach the motherfucker. That one? Yeah, she's got over 10 million signatures on a petition to impeach his ass. That's 10 million people in our country that took the time out to sign the petition, and I think I'm one of them, to impeach his ass. And that tells you the power of and the opinion of this nation. You know, we're all tired of this shit. I'm tired of now he's going to complain about Donnie and all that shit. I got Mitch McConnell's name written there because that's the key to every damn thing we're doing nowadays. I hope that sucker loses. We got to get his ass out of Kentucky. We have to get that man out of the Senate. There's legislation trying to be pushed through that the House is taken care of, and that asshole that sits in charge of the Senate is allowing bills to sit on the floor and die because they don't meet his particular agenda, baby. Gun bills. Are you shitting me? The NRA would be biting on his ass if he didn't pay. I mean, if he let that shit, they'd be all over his ass. But they're going out the door too, I hope. Yeah, I have down here, what did it get? Texas. Oh, I don't know what I said anyway. I won't get distracted by notes. That's what I do. I try to write notes, and then the next thing I know, I get distracted by trying to think of what the hell's going on. Nothing there. Oh, yeah, I want to mention that. Y'all see him talk about Puerto Rico? Complaining about Puerto Rico, and he's already given $91 billion to Puerto Rico, and why are they complaining? That's a bunch of bullshit lie that comes out of his mouth. It's been proven over and over again. Puerto Rico has not received. He was doing that last night at his concert, too, his little stroke rally that he went to down in Florida to little pump the minions up down there. And he was talking, Puerto Rico, baby, he says $91 billion that he's given to them. They have not gotten that. It's only been $44 billion that has been allotted, and only $11 billion sent down there. It's actually spent. So Donnie spouting his hate and shit, and it doesn't matter where it is, but Puerto Rico, he likes to spit on them nowadays because he thinks they're ingrates, that they're not beholding to the great and wonderful Oz that is our president nowadays. But anyway, another lie. What does it matter in this big squab of shit that we have going on every day? What does one lie about Puerto Rico or anything else matter anymore? The truth is the first thing to die, they say. Well, guess what, baby? It was on the firing squad the first day this guy put his hand on that Bible and swore, and it died on that day. I have the biggest crowd ever in the history of ever. You can look back 5,000 BC. There's never been a... That's the kind of delusional asshole that we have in our house, and everything hinges on him. We see it in his. I don't even need notes. Notes distract me, except for what Mama wrote down, which I want to talk about in a minute. We see it in everything he talks about, his visions of grandeur. He is the biggest of all and the most glorious there has ever been, and now we find out he's a loser. And I just seen some story about a ghostwriter, the last book he wrote, or got some book coming out, and about how great he is in business right after the New York Times puts out the story of he's nothing but the biggest loser you ever saw in this country. He's lost more money than any American citizen in the history of history, I believe, is what it said. And it tells you who he is. He's even said it before. His value is based on how he feels that day. His wealth is determined by, well, do I feel good today? Well, shit, yeah, I feel like rolling in gravy, baby. Then I must be rich. Oh, got a headache? Well, I probably lost a few $1 million, but not much. I'll take it off of my taxes, which again, he makes it into a sport, he said. How to cheat on your taxes, how to take billions of dollars of loss on paper so you can get away with not paying the American taxes that everybody else out here has no choice in paying, baby. They take it right out of your check. They take it out of your debit card at the gas pump. They do it at the grocery store. They do it everywhere, baby. You pay the tax. Donnie, screw it, baby. He's not stupid. He's not going to pay any tax. And he's not a billionaire, and all this other bullshit that he has sold this public for so long is just a charade. It's the man behind the curtain. He doesn't know anything any more than anybody. He's a scumbag is what he is. He's a lying piece of shit. And as long as I was in a discussion today somewhere at the store with the beard. And I said, I can't shave until that man is removed from our house. And he looked at me strange. I said, yeah, I'm a Democrat. I'm also a 23-year veteran, and I cannot stand that man that's in our house right now. Ooh. He walked off. So I guess he was a Trumper. He didn't engage me. He didn't do nothing else. And so, it's the way it is, baby. I'm proud of where I stand. I'm not going to, I was out there listening to Comey a little while ago. He's being interviewed right now. I got so engrossed. That's probably why I was a little late here. But I'll watch the rest of it later. But Comey was right. You know, I believe when Comey wrote his story about how Donnie eats away a little bit of your soul each time that you're standing around him, even getting near his ass, and when he's sitting there lying through that shit, and good men or people that have told us they're good stand there and listen to him and don't say anything, knowing the whole time, knowing, baby, that what's coming out of his mouth is a lie. And but the Republicans, I've just about lost hope on their ass. The only one that got balls right now is this one Burr that's going to go up there and subpoena Donnie. All the rest of them got to worry about their reelection, and that's the only thing they're concerned about, baby. They're not concerned about this country. They're not concerned about the destruction to our Constitution that they're doing right now. Bullshit. They don't care. It's oh, my little minions that love him back home. Well, I got to keep up with Donnie here. I'll lie through my teeth. I'll cheat. I'll steal. I'll do whatever it takes to keep up with the Republican Party. And that's where they are. They're down in the ditch. I have no hope for them. Anyway, I don't know what I'm going to go ahead and see if I can start the Discord and see if I can get on here. Let me see. I got to do it again. It says live. It says John Berdeveau. I think I am live. And let me see here. Let's drag my co-host and cohort in crime. Dennis, are you there, buddy?
Sure am.
I made it work, baby. There you go. I'm telling you. I'll have to tell Travis. I'm going to have to cut your pay, man. Sometime, I've learned how to do this shit. No, I don't think so, but you don't get paid enough anyway. How are you doing, Dennis?
Can't complain.
Yeah, good.
All right.
How's the weather up in San Antonio?
We're just about to get hit by rain. My
oh, that's right.
parents are in Tennessee for the week, so I had to go mow their lawn and upkeep their house and all that.
Well, good man. Take care of the place while your parents are gone. They're out there near my brothers. They both live up in Tennessee.
Yeah, they're in Memphis, I think.
Yeah. They're in my kids in Knoxville. I've been to Memphis though. Me and Mama went there right after Elvis died because Elvis died. And I remember going there and people were out scribbling messages on the wall. That wall was covered in small little messages and stuff. But anyway, that was my trip to Memphis. And
Dad went for business. Mom tagged along because she wanted to see Graceland.
Oh, that's it. Yeah, she'll enjoy that. Anybody who's any sort of Elvis fan would love to go see Graceland. It's a walk down memory lane for a lot of us. Let me see. Who else is in it? Oh, I got to find let's see. I'm almost learning this shit, buddy.
Got Keith, Aussie Dave, Velda, Chris.
Yeah, okay, I'm going to grab Aussie Dave here and see if I can grab him down here. Bring him in. Aussie, are you there, buddy? Aussie?
Hello, guys.
Hey, how you doing?
All right, mate. How are you?
I'm doing fine, hanging in there best we can. Got the knot tied in the end of the rope and hanging on tight, baby. But I feel better today. Yeah. I feel better right now than I felt in probably months. I hope to rest easy tonight and not have to worry about shit, except for this constitutional crisis we have going on.
Yeah, I think this is the beginning of...
Uh-oh. I lost you. I lost you, Dave.
Yeah, you lost me.
Now you're back.
I don't know what happened there, buddy, but getting back to it, I think this is the beginning of the end for democracy in Trump's mind. This is his game plan. He's going to challenge everything. Department.
Everything.
And he's going to make every department look invaluable, not worthy, and he has the final word, and it's working. I mean, at the moment, he's snubbing his nose off at Congress. Right. He's telling his crew, he's telling all his crew not to talk. That's obstruction.
He's flipping the bird at all of us. That's what he's doing right now. And his whole administration and the Republican Party are right behind him going, na, 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 na. It's bullshit.
Yep. And it is strange that as things become more heated over there or more critical,
Yeah.
I'm getting to see less on the news here locally. I mean, I would have thought with what's happening over there now, the constitutional crisis, and as far as I can see, the headline is Donald Trump says get stuffed. But I would have thought in Australia to be saying more about it, but only our ABC channel is playing up on it, but the other 5 or 6 major channels not so much.
Yeah.
But when I look at CNN, NBC, MSNBC, and even Fox, they're on it. They're on it all day, every day.
Yeah.
The last 3 or 4 days. And
Well,
fellas,
the death
I
of
don't know.
democracy, it's a big story, man.
Will this lead to civil war or what?
I hope not, buddy. I hope it does not. It's going to come to a question of whether our laws and our Constitution hold up to a man that is willing to attack it at any cost, and at what cost to this nation will that be? That's a big question we all have to ask.
I heard all about a survey. I was up late last night. Where I am now, it's 10:40 a.m., but I was up to about 3 a.m. watching some stuff internationally, and I heard there's some poll they just taken that Trump had 80% disapproval.
Yeah.
In over this telling Congress to get stuffed, basically.
Yeah. Well, 10 million signatures right now want his ass impeached. It tells me a whole lot of where this country's going. Hey, let me.
500 prosecutors from other states have said
over 700 now, Dave. Really?
Well, there you go.
Yeah, I know it. They're all federal prosecutors, and they're all saying, yep, if he wasn't president, his ass would be arrested. His ass would be indicted. And the only thing stopping that is the OLC. The Office of Legal Counsel says, no, you can't indict a sitting president. I don't see that chiseled in stone anywhere. I want to say hello to Randy. Are you there, buddy? Randy Kervin.
He's muted, looks like.
Oh, he's muted. I tried to get Randy on here before. It seems we always have trouble there, trying to get
he's in the green room, is he?
No, I dragged him down here. He's with us in the room here in the live chat, unless he's listening to his iPad or his computer instead of listening to the Discord channel. And if you are, Randy, turn on the Discord, buddy. You're back in there. I'll leave him in there for a little bit and let's see. But let's bring Velda down. We need a lady's voice in this. And
yep,
I'm here.
Are you here, Velda?
No, Randy's back.
Oh, Randy's back. Randy, how you doing, buddy?
Good, John.
Well, good. I want to tell you right now, I'm tickled to death that you use your voice and try to get the message out. And it's important that I'm just tickled to death that you do that, Randy. So I want to give you a big thank you from all of us.
Well, thank you, John. I appreciate it, and I'm going to keep slugging at them.
Yeah, well, that's what we have to do, bub. There ain't no doubt about it. It has to be kept to the forefront. Our lawmakers have to have their feet held to the fire, because that's the only answer for this shit. Anything less, and we're dishonoring the Constitution that we live by.
The decent people of America have to stand up, and I think they have. 80% have said, I do believe 80% have said, stuff you, Trump, you've gone too far.
Yeah. Well, I think anybody with a half-working brain that's not interested or tied up in this shit probably thinks that right now. This is, it sounds corny, but really it is. Was that Biden that said it or something? We're in a fight for the soul of our country. We're on a fight right now for the basic democracy that we hold. He jokes around now about the next 10 years that he's in office. Are you shitting me like we don't know how to do math? No, he does that on purpose. He's teasing you,
and
babe.
he wants the last 2 years back.
Yeah.
And the strange thing, y'all, is him talking to Putin, and then he comes back with he's owed 6 years.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, Daddy Putin, put him straight, told him toe the line, I guess. There ain't no telling what kind of deal that Donnie's made with Putin. I just, There's something there, baby. Everybody knows it. There's a Russian under every rock you look at.
Why the hell do you have meetings? Be the first president to have secret meetings with a Russian president without no secretary or nothing there. It's that should be enough to make you concerned straight up.
I think I was just listening to Comey in there just a little while ago because I was rushing trying to get everything in here. But I stopped to ask Mama. I said, "Are they talking about the PP tape?" And she said, "Yeah." And I guess somebody in the office, somebody asked him about the alleged video. Has it ever been disproved or whatever? And no, it's never been disproved. As a matter of fact, I don't know. Does it exist? That was the big question. But does it exist? Yeah, it exists. Yeah, there's something out there. My question is on how many, not just Donnie. I don't give a shit. We know how he is a scumbag. But I don't know everybody that went over there from Lindsey Graham to old doodad down there in Kentucky.
Itch.
Yeah.
Came back with a whole different attitude.
Yes. How you doing, Velda?
Oh, I'm doing pretty good.
Good, darling. How's the weather up where you're at?
It was nice and sunny and rainy yesterday.
Oh, well, we had a nice day today. It was supposed to rain this evening, but you know, it's up for change, like they always say down here. If you don't like the weather in South Texas, just wait a minute; it'll change. Joy Peters, why did he change his mind about Venezuela's leader? Well, I guess after he had that phone call with Donnie there, with Pootie, he got his ass straightened up and came out with the Zis Boom Ba for them. Remember? Oh, I'm looking at the wrong camera and shit. That all Donnie is interested in is is that Venezuela's people are happy and he's not. Yeah, are you shitting me? Yes, he's singing that song. It's the same song he's been singing ever since he came in. Wouldn't it be nice if we were friends with Russia? Zis Boom Ba, Russia this, Russia that. All about Russia, baby. It has nothing to do with this country, not what's good for us. It's what's good for Russia. And that's what we have to...
I think these tax returns will be the tell-all of everything.
Well, you seen where the New York Times got hold of some information back from the 80s to 90s when he lost $1 billion, just like every normal businessman in America who just walks out and loses money,
$2 million a week. That's $2 million a week he lost.
Yeah. Oh, it's pocket change, man.
That's $8,888.88.
Ain't that sad? That's money, baby. That's money. Rose Taylor is asking about Mama. Mama's doing fine. As a matter of fact, cooked me a big old dinner of meatballs and potatoes and some broccoli and everything, and I'm full, baby. I'm full. And Mama's doing good, Rose. So thank you very much for asking. I didn't mean to interrupt. Go ahead.
Is Bill Maher on tonight?
No, not tonight. Tonight's Thursday. Bill Maher will be on tomorrow night. Yes.
Yeah, it's Friday.
That's right.
Okay, yeah. I'm Friday here where I am.
Oh, is that right? That's right, Dave. You're tomorrow, man. You're tomorrow.
I'm tomorrow.
We're talking to the future, baby. We don't need no damn time machine. We got Discord, hell, baby. It reaches right into the future. We got you.
Let me tell you, tomorrow, Trump's still there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Thanks a lot, Dave.
What's that?
I said thanks a lot.
Yeah, thanks for brightening our day. The son bitch is still going to be there in the morning, I'm telling you. That's what's disgusting.
Dave, when you've got news like that, Dave, zip it.
Yeah.
Well,
we're here for rainbow farts, Dave. You ain't got no rainbow farts. Don't shit on our parade here, buddy.
I know, but if I can give you the lotto numbers, I'll give you the lotto numbers.
There you go. I'm telling you. No, I'm telling you. Go ahead, Bella.
I think Donald's going to be there till 2020, sadly, because he's going to drag all this shit out through the courts.
It's going to be in the courts forever. That's where he wants it to be.
He's going to turn it back on the Democrats. He's going to try and turn it all back on Democrats. They're guilty of all his shit.
I'm telling you, it's just like everything else this man has ever done. Like the book says, everything Donnie Trump touches turns to shit. It's the same thing about the wall down in there. It's not about the construction of the wall. It's the fight. As long as there's a fight going on, he's happy. It's all in the news. It's turmoil. It's chaos. It's constitutional crisis. It's everything. Just keep that going, because the longer it goes on like that, the closer and closer 2020 gets. And he thinks he has a plan. Yes, Velda?
Okay, we've got those ships headed off over to Iran, right?
Yes, we do. Yep, we're puffing up. You know why? You know why?
And we've got missiles going over there. Okay, people that are really wanting that area is the Saudis.
Well, are you suggesting that we may be doing the bidding of a Saudi Arabian king?
To me, not me.
Not me. We would not think that around here. Are you shitting me? Anybody has to take a look at to see where our Middle East policy is to take a look at the number and where our military bases are in the Middle East. And you will see a lot of them in Iraq, and you'll see some up there in Turkey, and then you see a whole bunch of them over there in Afghanistan, and all down in the Gulf down there at Bahrain and all. It surrounds Iran. If you look right in the middle of that picture, that's the country of Iran, baby. We have got the country surrounded. You want to know why we're in Afghanistan and why we're going to be there forever? Say hello to Iran, because that's why you're there. That's why you keep them bases open. That's why we send our men over there to fight that war, is to keep those bases open. The whole damn thing is to keep Iran surrounded.
But see, Obama had all this under control. Since Obama is gone, all this Middle Eastern stuff in Venezuela is just taken off.
We got Donnie and we got John Bolton. And anybody that doesn't know who John Bolton is just needs to do their homework. This man is a warmonger, baby. He wants war in either Venezuela, Iran. What Donnie said today or in his little press conference, that he has to hold John Bolton back. I have to hold John Bolton back. He gets a little excited and wants to, are you shitting me? Donnie's the wacko in the house, and we're trusting him to hold back a warmongering asshole that will go to war at the drop of a hat, baby, because war is good for business. War, there's money to be made in that shit. And these are the people that want to make that money.
Well, that's where you're
Eisenhower warned about the military complex.
Yes, we were warned about this, and I speak about it all the time. We have a ridiculous, an utter ridiculous defense spending bill. It's like heroin this country is on, and I'm telling you, that money goes to defense contractors to build the weapon systems that we sell to Saudi Arabia and anybody else with money. That's what it is. It's a jobs program. It is not defense of this country. We have the aircraft carriers. We have the aircraft. We have the personnel. We don't pay them squat because we got to pay all these defense contractors, and that was discussed a long time ago. You know, it's the difference of what this country during the Iraq War what they wanted to pay a government contractor, a specialized contractor who just got out of the Army, who just got all his training through the Army. Oh, we're going to hire him as a contractor. We're going to pay him, $100,000 so a year. The soldier fighting next to him, squat, baby. Hope you make it on that $20,000-$30,000 a year or whatever the hell it is you're trying to scrape by on nowadays.
And then we have Korea.
Yes.
That was
launching missiles.
Yep, there you go. Yeah, and your face, Donnie. What are you going to do? You know.
And they're doing I think they did it again. We're going to do another test today or tomorrow.
Yeah.
See, this is confusing, guys, because what you've got Donnie sucking up to Putin, them creating a new situation in Venezuela so they can just stand back like a chessboard game and play in Venezuela and sell arms and everything, all that sort of stuff, and make money for both countries. You've got this guy in North Korea who seems to be out in the cold with Putin and Donnie. I don't know what's going on there.
Yeah.
You forget that we've got China with the Russians in Venezuela.
Yeah, it's a big rich man's game. It's a rich man's game.
Yeah, and guess who the pawns are, baby? It's us. I'm going to try to drag somebody new down here, and I don't know how to say their name. I'm going to say Bonziola Jen from YT. We're going to try to bring you into the conversation and see if that works. Are you there? Bunzai.
He's got his mic. Jen's got his.
Jen. Have you got your mic muted there? And we'll leave him
I'm
there.
here, John.
Are you? Oh, is that Jen?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, I'm sorry, Jen. See, Travis does this. I didn't recognize that with you was up there. How are you, dear?
I'm just fine.
Jen
Hey,
is.
you know, I got
Hi.
a mailing today from a friend of mine.
Yeah.
That highlighted a YouTube video that discussed a lot of this stuff going down in Venezuela right now is complete fake news. That even some of the mainstream media, Salon in particular, has admitted that they have been fooled and have been putting out information that is just not true about what's going down in Venezuela.
What's going down in Venezuela?
Yeah, I haven't
Well,
heard
I would have to go into detail. I have not been following it as close as I should have been, but apparently things like stories like this bridge being taken over or something is complete fabrication. That it's all coming out of the Trump administration as lies to get us to go
be
to
more
war.
active. To be more active, maybe.
Yeah.
You know.
That it's just.
I fear a Tonkin Gulf. That's what I fear, baby. And if a lot of us older people know what a Tonkin Gulf incident is.
That's what the story was saying, is that everybody take a step back and go back and look and find out what you know, can learn about this being fake or not before you come to a judgment.
Yeah.
That there's BS going on.
Everything should be checked out nowadays. It's such a big thing because we've been warned exactly how Russia impacted our elections and the bullshit stories that they put out trying to target a certain area of our population or whatever. You know, that brought that awareness to us that we have to be the stewards of this. We have to be the ones that check this out. Anything that you want to try to comment, I try it all the time. I swear this thing, it started out, and then it's my passion now, this rant thing. But you talk about something that will consume your time because you're trying to dig for everything, every little story, and get an idea of what's in the big picture. And I'm no different than anybody out here. I'm not a journalist. I'm not anything. I'm just a guy down the street that got pissed off, and now is to the point where, yeah, I tell people this is like reading a good book. This whole thing is a drama playing out, and you're wondering, when are the good guys going to roll over the hill and come down and rescue everything? And guess what, baby? We're still waiting because we are the cavalry. We are the ones that do this shit. And it is by our own courage that we're going to stand up and charge the hill. And that's exactly what you have to do, is decide that we will stand up and charge the hill because this is our hill. That's our house up there that we're fighting for.
I'm going to post a link to the video I saw in the YouTube chat.
Put that up there.
Cool. Thank you.
There you go. Okay,
what's going to happen with Mueller? Is he going to testify or what?
Mueller? Oh, baby, I hope so.
What's stopping him?
Well,
what can stop him from being a decent patriot American?
Well, it's supposed to be a thing called our Constitution. That's who it's supposed to be, what it's supposed to do.
Freedom of speech?
Yeah.
He may have to resign before he can do anything.
Yes, Granddad Fargo.
He's supposed to.
Yes, he's supposed to. How are you doing, sir? Granddad?
He's muted.
Oh, he's muted. I thought that was him talking. See,
why can't Mueller release the report with the redacted court?
Because Mueller still works for the Department of Justice. Mueller is still a government employee, and he is controlled by William Barr, his boss, who is controlled by Donnie, our president. That's the constitutional crisis that we're in. We have a president who, just like a dictator, just like any other glorious leader of any wannabe, fascist country, Donnie is the one that is determining who gets to speak and when they get to speak and what information, and the whole time reminding you that he is the most transparent president in all of history, ever, any time of history. And that's
in
it.
2 weeks, he's going to be a private citizen.
Mm-hmm.
One reporter has said to Trump in any of his interviews, in any press conferences, Mr. Trump, you do realize if you release your taxes and the documentation required by Congress, and it's as you say it is, it would all end, Mr. Trump, and there'd be no pressure.
That ain't gonna
Why do
happen. That ain't gonna happen. He's fighting tooth and nail to protect not we say this all the time, not only his taxes, we're talking about his grade school grades, his college grades, his transcripts, anything that has to do with Donnie is being hidden by some lawyer that is threatening to sue if you utter a word about it. And that's the power of him. Donnie doesn't have shit. The only thing Donnie's got is a name, the Trump name, and he sells the name. That is all. Donnie doesn't own the buildings. He doesn't build buildings. He sells his name. And his name is turning to shit. And his glorious bragging that he's done over the years, many, many years, of I am the greatest there ever was, and he's blowed his own horn for so long. It's pitiful. And I think at some point people are getting sick of this shit. It's a lie, and it drips with just I don't know. He doesn't.
I think he must sit down some nights on the toilet, watching TV in the toilet,
his tweeting spot,
and saying to himself, "This was a mistake. Me becoming president. It's gonna screw me."
Well, yeah, he said it himself. This is the end of my presidency. I'm fucked, and he knows he is. He knows if he gives an inch on them taxes, if he gets an inch on this shit, he's screwed because the information in there is going to be damning to him. And at some point, we have to believe. I like to believe. I want to believe that love of country and patriotism will at some point drill theirself back into the Republican Party and try to rescue this democracy from an obvious attempt to overthrow a democratic society and replace it with a potentate, a glorious leader, a king, a dictator, and he is a dick.
Realm.
What's that?
He wants a realm.
Yes, he does. Yes.
Which means the sun takes over and all that.
You can see it in his little posters when he puts out those posters that are takeoff on the Game of Thrones. He sees himself as that. He thinks he's the Dragon Queen or whatever. He thinks he's the grandest thing that's ever in this country, and the only thing that he has to do is sell that. If he sells that, if he gets you to believe that he is the richest, grandest deal maker ever was, then you are inclined to go, yeah, that guy can save, but it's a pile of shit. It's all a con. It's built on lie after lie after lie. And you bought it.
Remember an old movie called The Music Man?
I'm getting a little feedback from somebody. Go ahead, Dave. What were you saying?
Remember an old movie called The Music Man?
The Music Man, yeah.
Where the guy comes into town and convinces the town that they can build a fantastic orchestra if they buy his musical instruments.
Oh, vaguely. I'm sorry.
It's an old movie, but
yeah.
we're getting some interference here.
Yeah, a little bit. Let me see.
I think it was Bonzetka Lekkanum.
Oh, that's Jen. Let me see. There's Dennis. He's still muted. Grandpa Fargo.
Johnny, drop me out for a while.
All righty, Dave. We'll talk to you after a while. Appreciate you being here, bub.
Buddy.
Hey, John, I'll drop back out and maybe some of that interference will clear up for you.
Oh, well, Randy, I think you're fine, but if you want to hang around, but if you got things to do, I've learned how to drag in and drag out. So, but
I'll stick around, whatever.
All righty. Yeah, it gets to be a job, doesn't it, Randy?
Yeah. I tell you what you were talking about with, you have to stay on things so much to just keep up.
Yeah.
For me to do my rant, I don't get half of it out when I do a rant.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I write down notes, but then when I go to do the rant, the notes distract my train of thought that's going through my head. You know,
Same with me.
you know, you try to get out the information, you know, in a way that, but your emotions kick in too. You know, mine do. And I watch yours, buddy, as much as I can. You know, I hope to be able to do a whole lot more because my time is not going to be so consumed nowadays, at least for a while, with anything that's pressing, and I get to go back to concentrating on just this because it does. It's a great release for me, really. With everything else that's going on in my life, I don't mind this at all. This is
With me, with retirement now, the only other thing that would stop me from a rant, I'm now going to be driving occasionally for you all.
I saw that.
You know, and that'll be a real pleasure.
Oh, I love to drive.
I love driving.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I learned how to drive.
To drive, and I'm a happy man.
Yeah, I learned how to drive a big truck, and you know, too many gears. I like nowadays they build them with automatics, but yeah, I've ground a few gears before, but more than that, it's the road. Just like you were saying, it's that I like to drive. I like to be going somewhere. You know, it's especially as I used to call it, making a new yellow line, going someplace you haven't been before, and what's around the next corner, and what do these people live. Yes, I enjoyed that so much.
I miss it.
I do too, big time. And like I said last time, Mama's got this thing. Oh, let's look at this RV. Let's look at that RV. I can't, you know, can't pull that out of my pocket nowadays. You know, that's going to be a long time before we can get back in that game. But yes, I loved it so much, and you get to meet some of the best people you're ever going to meet in the world. And guess who they are? They're y'all. They're people across this country, normal Americans that go on live every day, and are still concerned about their country and still lend their voice when you stop to talk about them and stuff. So yeah, baby, I love it. So let me see. I'm gonna try again. Let me see who's. I can't. There's Mitch. Let's get Mitch. Hey, Mitch.
He's muted and got his earphones off.
Oh, Lord have mercy. Okay. Well, I know Bernadette. Bernadette, are you here, darling? Oh, she's muted too. Well, ain't I just batting 1,000 here? I'm trying to get somebody down here in
I'm here.
Are you there, Bernadette? I'm glad you made the trip, darling. How are you doing?
I'm fine. I was just trying to do some research because I had just heard an article before getting on with you guys about how a federal court was the accounting firm that Trump uses, Mazars.
Right.
You know, they filed a lawsuit to go to court to stop this oversight committee's subpoenas. Well, the judge in that case today said, full steam ahead, we're going to skip all the little, you know, after another small hearings to get this thing going. Everything to be done next Tuesday. And then I'll make a ruling. So he slowed it up, but not as slow as he wanted.
There you go.
Slowed up.
There you go.
And if we could get those taxes,
that's the key.
Oh, we're gonna get them.
Yeah, eventually they got to come out. As a matter of fact, I'm telling you right now, my list right now, Barr should be in jail for violation. Mnuchin should be in jail for violation. Don Jr. should be in jail for violation. And yes. Donnie the Dick should be in there just because he deserves to be in jail, baby. Talk about lock him up.
Mitch McConnell.
And Mitch McConnell. God, that man is just, because I was digging into the recent school shooting, and when you find out that there are bills that have been passed in the House, that there are people trying to do things in this country, but they will not allow them in the Senate, and that is controlled by one man and one man only, and that is Mitch the bitch McConnell, and that is he is a disgusting hemorrhoid on this whole country, and I really pray that Kentucky is, I ain't even a religious man, and I'm willing to pray for the people in Kentucky to wake up and see, Because I'm telling you, people, let me tell you, that in that little, thank you, Mama, 2,472. That is the number of American soldiers who have been killed since the year 2000. 2,472.
How many Iraqis?
Well, I don't have that figure, but what I do have is in that same time period, since 2000, there have been 26,000 American children under the age of 18 have been killed by firearms since 2001. We have lost 2,472 soldiers in a war zone, where people are trying their best to kill each other. And yet we have lost 5 times that many children to gun violence in this country. And we scream, and we're grieving at another school shooting. We're horrid at another shooting at a synagogue, time after time after time. 35, I think the number was, I had written down school shootings this school year, this school semester, this school year. 35. And we do squat. And part of the reason is because Mitch McConnell will not allow a single one of those bills to hit on the Senate floor. He holds them back. And that is disgusting while this country cries out for some kind of responsible gun legislation before this shit gets out of control. And they want a missile, baby. They want shoulder-fired missiles, just in case there's strange helicopters coming over their house or something, and they have a right to protect their airspace. I can hear the argument now. It's bullshit.
We had.
They just started teachers in Florida to be. Can you tell you exactly what's going to happen? There's going to be a white teacher that's going to want some child of color to do something or not to do something, and they're going to whip out that gun and they're going to point at that kid and they're going to blow his fucking head off. And I guarantee it'll happen in Florida this year. Won't be long. Won't be long.
Just like
you know how those people are.
Any part of our society, whether we were talking about the Coast Guardsman that had his weapons, that had a list against Democrats, whether we're talking about racist groups and assholes in the white whatever club they want to join and all that shit, those numbers that reflect in our society reflect in everything that is within us. It's in our police department, it's in our military, it's in the education department, it's in the technology, anything you go in, there's somebody within that works within that group that has the same bigoted feelings or the same animosities towards people that the general population has, and we have to recognize that.
Did you see the story about the cache of weapons that was uncovered in the house? 1,100. All right, so that was 1,100 weapons, and I just want to point out that is 1/450,000th of the supply of guns in America. We now have 450 million guns in America.
Yeah. Is that all?
John, today?
Yes, ma'am. Go ahead, ma'am.
Is that all?
Yeah.
Today, a man drew his pistol out here in Arkansas at a 2-year-old little boy and blew him away.
It's going to be a long year, man.
And in Texas, not Texas, but Oklahoma, yesterday, plainclothesmen were approaching a pickup. The guy didn't know they were cops. With their guns drawn, they fired into that pickup, hitting 3 kids in the head.
Somebody talking, I'm hearing dead air.
I heard that story. I read about that. It's every day, people. Tomorrow there's going to be another story. Some child is going to get shot. It happens every day in this country, and it's happened so much that it is an acceptable percentage. It's mitigated by the amount of money that the gun lobbyists make every year, that they're willing to pay our lawmakers not to do anything. That costs money.
Forbid. But God forbid. But I wonder what would happen. God forbid. Don't let it happen. But God forbid that one of those crazy loonies got into one of the schools that the representatives have their children into.
Yeah, no, we
I
don't.
wonder how fast.
Yeah, well, that
they would.
At some point, if it hit home, you'd think they would change their mind. But is it the you have to wonder, is it just the money, or is it the same kind of shit that Russia? What's
John,
that? What?
remember this? I want to say she was a senator from Arizona that was shot in the head.
Yes.
The lady,
Gabby Giffords.
Gabby Gifford.
Yes.
There was the other senator that was shot on the baseball field.
Yeah.
They themselves have been shot by people who are out of control with guns, and yet they choose to do nothing.
Yeah.
Hey, John.
Yes, sir, Dennis.
So it wouldn't matter if one of their children's schools were shot up. They themselves have been shot up.
Right. Yeah, Dennis.
Doesn't change things.
Mitch
You have
accident.
one in Zealand, and they changed the whole entire country within a week.
And Sparky's.
I would not say Gabby Giffords has done nothing.
No, I'm not saying that she's done nothing. I'm saying that the Congress has done nothing.
Yeah.
Well,
Congress has. Congress has. They've passed some bills, but it's the Senate. A bill doesn't mean squat if you can't get it through the Senate. That's it.
Yeah, well, there you go.
The Senate is currently in the Senate Finance Committee is currently scrutinizing the nonprofit status of the NRA. The New York Attorney General is beginning to investigate the NRA's funding, where they get their money and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
They're also looking at the financial ties to Russia. That let's see what else is on my list here.
There's infighting amongst the top administration of the NRA. They're pretty much going to implode themselves.
Yeah, let's hope because it's a fallen star, baby. It is not what the NRA proclaimed to be. At one time during its first inception, when they first started, it had a noble cause and all this bullshit, but it has sold out to the gun lobbyists. It is nothing but a political machine to keep weapons being built and sold, baby, to anybody.
Part of what the House Judiciary Committee is looking at is the NRA and their ties to Russia and to the Trump administration.
Absolutely.
We mentioned the nonprofit status. There is some action going on. It's not what we want to see completely, but it's a start.
Yeah.
John, can we get Yogi back, or Yogi in? He's been trying to get in for a while.
Let me see if I can find Yogi. Where's Yogi? Oh. Yogi, you there, bub? Yogi. Yogi
just
Bear.
talking.
I'm sure he'll join us here in just a second. I'm sorry, there's so many. I mean, it's unless I lean way over, and I'll tell you what. Let's see if we can bring everybody into the conversation, and y'all try to be nice. Don't try to step all over each other, and give everybody an opportunity to speak their words. Everybody I just dragged in.
Hey, how you doing?
All right. Who was that? Now I'm gonna have to. I have a lot. That was Velda. No.
I think that's Velika.
Velika.
It's Donna, right?
Yep. Yeah, just Velika. I don't.
Oh, Velka. I'm sorry, I can't even see it. I swear. Wait a minute. Y'all wait. Let's test this out. Let's see. I got my new glasses.
Yep.
Got my new glasses right here. Oh shit, no. Oh no. Nope. Those are just for book reading. They work real good with the book though. They just don't. They only work at a certain distance away from my face. They're just readers I picked up at the.
I know I got here late. Did we talk about the New York Senate and their bill for getting Trump's taxes to the House Judicial?
No.
No. Yeah,
but
they did a proposal for that, and there's a loophole that they're getting around limiting his presidential pardon power. So if he tries to pardon anybody, there's a double jeopardy loophole in the state of New York.
Oh, well,
now,
pray tell.
Is that the state of New York doing that, or is that the city of New York?
I don't want to tell you the wrong thing, but I think it's the state.
Okay.
I would assume it would be the state.
the state.
Yeah. Which y'all, you know, we're talking so much about the Mueller report, which, by the way, thank you very much, Donna Bonacosi, for sending it to me. I have a bunch of tabs in there that I've glanced at certain sections. You know, when you're sitting there watching the news and somebody says, "Oh, well, it's about this section, page so and so." Oh, okay, I'm going to go right there. Oh, look at that. That's what it says. He's a freaking liar. That kind of thing. But I haven't had a chance to sit down and start reading it totally. And now that my chores are done with the project that I has going on, then now I'm going to have enough time to get into it. And
what about the 20 states are blocking Trump from going on the ballot in 2020 if he doesn't release it? That's almost half the country.
Yeah.
How's he going to win?
They're going to get his taxes. New York State, they're going to get it.
Yeah. The state taxes.
And any of us really going to be surprised to see it shit in there?
There is a copy of your friend along with your state taxes, so they're going to get both.
See, the key thing that he is afraid of, well, they say there's two things. One is because it's going to show he's not a billionaire and he's just a worthless piece of shit that he's a con man that sells his name, and that's it. The other thing is it's going to show his income. That's what he's worried about, because this whole Russia investigation, the whole no collusion, obstruction, no all this, blah, 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 when we see Russians under every rock we turn over in this damn shit, connected to everybody in his administration, that money came from Russia. His income came, just like his son said, we get a lot of money from Russia, baby. They're paying us off big time. We were, sold a bill of goods, baby. He's lied through his teeth, and that's where the money comes from, and that's what would hurt him.
I bet that some Russian oligarch owns Trump Tower. I bet some Russian oligarch owns Mar-a-Lago.
I bet some Russian oligarch owns Donnie's ass.
I bet the clothes on his fucking back and his missized red ties are all owned by some Russian oligarch.
I believe that too.
And
I believe they got him by the balls. Yes. Whether
Dude, man, they have this. They have 340 million of us by the fucking balls.
It could be a PP tape. It could be. It has not been discounted. And wouldn't that just be disgusting?
But you see, that wouldn't stop Trump.
No, half of his supporters would go, yeah, I'm into golden showers. How about you, baby? It's that kind of shit.
God.
They would be into it. It would be a new fad with Republicans. Honey, just piss on me. I just want to feel so presidential.
The evangelical Christians will start pissing on each other on Sunday.
Yeah, maybe so. We can only hope, baby.
Wouldn't there be aliens then?
From children.
What was that, Bernadette?
I said, I bet
sorry.
it is. It's child pornography.
I wouldn't doubt it. I'm telling you, people, what kind of a disgusting man this is. If they had a video of him and his daughter, do I believe that would exist? It's possible. Have we ever had a president that you could go, yeah, he might have done that? No, we ain't never had that shit, but we got it now. We got
What
it.
about Zachary Taylor?
Oh, well, no. I don't know about Zachary Taylor. I'm sorry. You caught me, Mitch. You caught me, bub. I don't know about it. What about Zachary Taylor?
I just made it up. I
see there, you're just trying to screw with me, buddy. But I caught you there. See, I didn't know either. I'll tell you sometimes. But hey, Sparky, how you doing, buddy?
Hey, Sparky. Sparky's muted.
Come on now. He's an electrician, baby. He knows wires.
You caught me in the other room.
Oh, there you go. You just wait. You just walk out, and there you are. Leave us sitting here, and we're all waiting on your wisdom, and there you are. We have to wait on you.
Well, I had to go get a copy of today's paper. I wanted to save it for Friday on the Front Porch tomorrow.
Oh, yeah? I'm looking forward to it.
And
John?
Interesting article about the Paradise Fires and fires in California.
Oh. Yes, Glenn.
The insurance claims from all the fires have reached $12 billion.
12 billion.
Yeah.
Now, if the insurance corporations would save the money they spend on lobbyists, maybe they could pay those claims.
Bernadette, did they ever declare that PG&E was at fault in those fires?
I believe so. I believe so.
PG&E's in bankruptcy.
Yeah.
Right. I know they're in bankruptcy.
Yeah.
They're jacking up the prices too of your utility because they want you to pay for it.
Jen, are you trying to tell me something?
Yeah, Leanne Scott from Australia just let us know that newsflash over there and here. I posted a link on the YouTube. Chelsea Manning has been released from prison.
Oh, is that right? Well, there you go. Well, that's big news. Boy,
I never thought I'd hear that.
No. Thought she's going to be in there for a long time. She's the young lady that gave the information to, am I correct in saying WikiLeaks?
Yes.
Oh, I swear I don't know how my memory digs shit out when it has to.
They're actually taking a look at Julian Assange and Chelsea Manning and the relationship that Assange may have shown Chelsea Manning how to steal the information, which would implicate him in that, which is why the government wants to get a hold of Julian Assange.
Yeah, they want his ass bad. He'll be here soon enough. He's coming. I know he is.
I'd be impressed if they dropped the charges against Edward Snowden. That would be a feat.
Yeah. You know, these people when they get prosecuted for divulging information, but it's the information that is divulged. It's sort of like a whistleblower. You know, what do you do when the information they release is more damning than the fact that they did it? You know, it comes from an age of people want to know. We've been lied to, screwed over so many damn times. This country is tired of it.
He doesn't hide it.
I'm sorry?
He doesn't even have to try to. He doesn't have to hide his lies anymore.
No. He does his shit right out and open, right in front of God and everybody. I'm telling you.
He's a blatant liar. Look at his crowds.
Is that you, Keith?
Eat it up.
Keith, I didn't know you was in here, buddy. I must not have recognized your handle. Or I must not have seen.
How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good, Keith. How about you? Semper Fi, my friend.
56. Yes, indeed, sir.
There you go, buddy. Hoorah. Yeah. Baby, this is our fight, man. You know, it's we can discuss everything from the pissy tape to the turmoil in Venezuela, the Iranian thing popping up now. Everything that we are fighting for, that this man has in his control, is man. I lost my train of thought. It's scary, baby. It worries you because he's an idiot. Do I think he could start something with Iran or Venezuela? Hell yes, he could, just to distract from this shit, and people die in that crap, and he doesn't care. That's the biggest thing I've taken away from this, out of everything I've learned about the man, is Trump doesn't care. He doesn't care that you know he's a liar, that he's an asshole, that he's a con man, that he's a thief. He doesn't give a shit because it's his bottom line. As long as his bottom line is getting bigger, he's grinning from ear to ear. He'll laugh all the way to the bank while you call him every name in the book. To him, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, because as president, he set up these backline channels with Saudi Arabia, with Russia, with
everybody,
Dubai,
baby. Everybody that's willing to pay him.
Whomever he wants to.
The people that are putting money in his.
He will sell, because of the whore that he is, he will sell his name just to make money, but regardless of what America goes through.
But some of it is not only confined to just Trump. You know, look how long we've been in bed with Saudi Arabia, and we have nothing in common with Saudi Arabia except one thing, and that's the lust for oil, baby. If we got lots of oil, well, we're going to be your girlfriend, and that's what we've ended up being with Saudi Arabia. We're their girlfriend. We're not the boy in this situation. We're the girl, you know, which is no derogatory statement to women. I'm just saying. I shouldn't have said that. That's bad. Because it loses it in the translation. That's not, you know, it's yeah. Well, you know, no, it bothers me that I even said that.
It fucking
times when it is appropriate.
I'm sorry.
Saudis are Trump's sugar daddy.
Yes. They're paying the money, baby. You know, and we're into them for selling weapons, baby. We got lots of contracts. Donnie says, oh, billions and hundred billion. I think it's up to $14 trillion now or some bullshit, I'm sure, that we're going to sell arms to Saudi Arabia, the country that still teaches that we are the infidels and that, you know, we should be wiped from the face of the freaking earth.
Bombed from the planet.
That's where Saddam bin Laden come from.
Yes, that's his people, baby. That's where 19 of the, that's right, 9/11, 19 of the hijackers come from Saudi Arabia, financed by Saudi Arabia. All that shit. What's the first plane allowed out of our airspace after 9/11? The Saudi Arabia. That's right, baby. Mm-hmm. You know,
they were the only ones allowed
when
out.
you look at the big picture of our relationship with that country, it sucks, baby. You know, we are just over there to defend the kingdom of people that will have people chopped up into little bitty pieces if you don't do what they say. You know, and that has
oil money.
Yeah, and that subject right there has gone the wayside of every other disgusting story since this man came in, because there's more chaos that we have to discuss today. That's what I mean. As long as there is a constant set of chaos, then he's banking on half this country not paying attention to what he says or lies about or anything else. You know, and they can get away with anything. That's got to stop, baby. That's got to stop, and it's right now. It's in the hands of the Democrats in the House, because nobody else is going to do it. You know, so we got a lot riding on them, and they need to do their job. They need to take their congressional responsibility a little more serious, because if there is ever in the history, in the whole history of histories, have we ever had a person more worthy of impeachment? If this man is not, this disgusting piece of crap that is in our house, is not the person that should be impeached, well, hell, any president in the future can get away with anything they want if he is the standard. We cannot let that be the standard. That cannot be the line that we draw.
And that's one of the reasons why I think that we should go ahead with impeachment.
Yes.
Because we cannot just afford to give that up to them.
No. I'm all against this bullshit of, well, you know, it's going to piss the right off. Kiss my ass.
I'm all for pissing the right off at this point. Okay.
Go ahead, Keith.
Yeah. Let's Benghazi.
Yeah.
The Trump.
Yeah.
7 congressional hearings over and over again.
Yep.
And just pounded to him.
What's that?
With everything we know. And that will bring him down.
Yeah. It's the Republicans, when they play this bullshit, and just like with Benghazi, they run it into the dirt. They expose every little thing they can. Is it true? It didn't matter to them what was true or not. It wasn't the investigation into Hillary or Benghazi. It was the chaos. It was the fight. It's not the result that they're looking for. It's the fight that so people like Jim Jordan can stand up there in Congress and act so defiant, get his panties in a wad. Just how can our society stand here while Hillary Clinton is still a free woman? You know, it's that kind of drama shit that I hate to watch up on TV. And every time that little sucker starts, he's a drama queen. He's in there to pump his base up and show the people back home, look at me, I'm all mad. I'm all mad about a lot of things. And I'm going to stand right up here and I'm going to talk into this microphone and just let you know that I've got a lot of things to say. And that's Jim Jordan. And
he needs to go.
Yes.
Hey, John.
Yes, sir, Dennis.
Mitch got dropped again.
Oh, Mitch, what are you doing, buddy? What are you doing, Mitch? What's up, Mitch? You just don't like our what? I used deodorant today, man. I know I didn't shower, but I had to go in there. Think I stink or something, man. You know what? Hey, y'all want a little entertainment?
Sure.
I want to give you a little funny story here about Eric Bowling. Eric Bowling, and he is the guy that stood up with melanoma. Miss B Best, Miss Melania, at her Be Best event, the other day, yesterday I think it was, or maybe day before yesterday now, since Mama wrote this down. That guy, he was fired from Fox News after sending unsolicited photos of his penis to women and was featured speaker at Melania's Be Best. That's the guy that was the featured speaker at her Be Best event, was Eric Bowling, and he was fired from Fox News for showing his little pecker around to women who didn't want to look at his pecker. And that's, you know, that it's a, in a nutshell, there's the Trump family. There's the Trump, you know, dynasty right there.
The brand.
Yes, the brand. A pervert who would bully his female co-workers. Bizarre spokesperson to Be Best, wouldn't you think? That's what Mama's got written down there. That's my wife. A perfect, who would be more perfect than this asshole who tried to bully women for Melania's Be Best campaign, which is such a ridiculous thing considering who she's married to, who is always being best on Twitter. You know that. You know, I forget where I'm at.
Can I throw this out there?
Sure, throw it out here, Chris. I mean, Keith.
Yep. Okay. Benghazi.
Yep.
Benghazi.
Yep. Just remember that. Yeah.
7 congressional hearings
Yep.
lasted 2 years.
Yep.
And what they found was bullshit.
Nothing.
Lies.
Nothing.
Now, we can do a Benghazi with these people with facts documented.
That would be the difference.
Proven.
We'd be dealing with
Knock
facts.
them out.
Yeah. And that's what.
Well, not with the executive privilege and the plea of the fifth.
That's where they're going. Anything to get away from you know, even when it comes down to something like the Mueller investigation, Mueller testifying, Barr has already sat out there and said, yep, I don't mind if he testifies. Call Mueller up here and have him talk to you. He'll tell you himself. And you ask Donnie, it's up to the AG. Yeah, whatever he says, I don't care. Well, now we want Mueller to come, and Donnie's going to try to throw it. You see if Barr tries to stop Mueller from testifying. You know, it's cover your ass. CYA. That's this whole Trump administration is a whole series of cover your ass. Do whatever you got to do. Don't let them see the truth. Lie, cheat, delay, ignore subpoenas. Don't cooperate with shit. Lie, cheat, and steal, baby. It's the Republican way.
I think if Mueller made subpoena, I think he is man enough.
I think he'd come.
To walk up to the court and go, yes, sir, I'm here.
Yeah.
Of course he would.
It's not going to bow down to them.
Understand something about Donald Trump. 3,500 litigations prior to him being president. He's the king of litigation.
So you want to get paid, huh?
To do
I
that
know you
shit.
did this work for me and all that, but if you really want your money, well, just freaking sue me. You get tied up in court, and we'll talk about it later.
That's his
Donnie.
old operation. That's his
That's
old
it,
MO.
right there, baby.
This is what he does.
That's what he's done all his life. On every job he's ever had, he screws the contractors over every time. And if you don't like it, baby, take me to court. I have a ton of lawyers that'll tie your ass up for years. You'll go broke and suffer before.
In 1985, I worked for Turner Construction in New York City. And there was a standing rule that they would not do business with Trump or any of his companies. And I can tell you exactly why. Because here's what Trump would do back in the 80s. And I don't know how he lost money doing it, but this is how he did. What he would do is he would bid on a job. He would say, I'll do it for $300,000, whatever.
Right.
Takes the $300,000, does half the job, and then says, oh, well, if you want, sue me for it. What are you going to do?
Yeah, what are you going to do?
And then you have companies that he has so many lawyers, they tie stuff up in the courts for months and months and months and months, and it turns out to be more profitable to take the loss and give Trump his shit than to fight him in court.
Yeah, it's going to cost you all you got.
For 45 fucking years.
And yet,
yeah,
and takes a write-off on every freaking thing he owns, so he doesn't have to pay taxes on the money he does.
I'm proud of it.
Yes.
Proud that he doesn't pay taxes.
He does it all the time.
fund
I'm
the
not
United
stupid.
States of America.
That's what I try to get at. Nobody wants to pay taxes. Nobody wants to pay taxes. You get pissed every.
No. This is what he was proud of. He was proud of exploiting the system. That's what he was
It's
proud
sport.
of.
That's what he said. It's
That's
sport.
what he said.
Yeah.
I'm smart.
But again,
Suckers.
I reiterate, that is because the laws, the tax laws of this country are not written for us, baby. They are written for the Donald Trumps of the world, the scumbags who look for every loophole, the corporations that need a loophole for this process or that process. We can't make money with these regulations. Yeah.
You're just saying that because you paid more taxes than Exxon last year.
I'm telling you, buddy, I did, and I want my money back, and I ain't getting it, baby. I ain't getting squat. You know, I don't know what anybody else that, you know, they're saying everybody else got a lower tax. I didn't get squat. Not gonna either. As a matter of fact,
I got a question for the legal minds.
A thought going on in my head that I'm just trying to fight, and that is that my voice has reached the wrong places, and it's how I feel. It really is. Can I prove anything? No. It's just Jesus. Every time I'm going against something, I'm hitting a brick wall. This sure is strange shit. But it's stressful when you think that, and I don't like to think it. But anyway, I'm sorry.
Well, a lot of us on the other side of the line don't think that your voice is going to the wrong places.
Well, you know,
that's why we're here.
It doesn't matter whether it is or not. You know, I hope it is. You know, I occasionally like to have the fantasy that there's some Republican out there that pauses to listen because he sees me on TV with a cowboy hat on and thinks, oh, that guy's probably cool. Let me hear what he has to say. And there you go, like every other Republican. I got you, baby. Just argue with me. Just say what I'm saying is not true, because the things that I try to keep myself where I'm not making up bullshit. And if I don't know something, I'll tell you I don't know. And, you know, do my best to keep myself looking ignorant, and
I worry about people, these assholes who claim to be American, who are not American in heart. Something's wrong.
I think you hit on something right there, Keith, because it's the in their heart thing. You know, the argument that Trumpers give is, well, look at the economy, my God. Yeah, look at the last few days, by the way. But that's what their go-to thing is. Well, look at this, man. The economy's just rolling along. We're making lots of money. And
thanks to Obama.
Yes, thank you, Obama. Exactly, because that's where it's coming from. It's still rolling from his start, not Donnie's.
Thank you, Obama.
Obama had more job creation than Trump ever thought about. Trump just sells bullshit. I'm the greatest in history. Most jobs ever. It's a lie. It's a fucking bullshit. All you have to do is go Google it. It's not hard to find out.
He's riding the coattail.
But
he's riding Obama's coattail.
He is, and he rides anything. If he thinks he can get benefit of it, it doesn't matter what it is. But back to your heart comment, that is what bothers me, is when they say, oh, well, look at the economy. You're willing to have a great economy. If it puts money in your pocket, you're willing to let your country, your whole democracy, go to shit in a handbag, shit all over our Constitution and the rule of law in this country. As long as you're making a buck, well, then it's all right. Maybe you'll just make enough to join that, you know, Doral Country Club over there Donnie owns and stuff. Who, by the way, all has. He calls the Doral Club his little Venezuela, because I guess there's a lot of Venezuelan immigrants that work at his Club Doral. He actually said that shit. I'm telling you, people, if it doesn't benefit him personally, it doesn't freaking matter to him. You know.
You know what pisses me off, John?
What's that?
Any of them to do what we do. Voice it. I've challenged my friends, and they won't do it.
Well, Randy, it's hard for I guess for some to speak out, because there are repercussions when you raise your voice. You're going to piss off a certain amount of your friends, people that you may have known for 40, 50 freaking years. All of a sudden, they don't like you no more. Mm-hmm. And I have not changed a single opinion in the whole time I've known these people. But that is a risk that everybody that opens their mouth and speaks.
I think it's a big mistake to think that we're going to change their minds. They have their heads firmly stuck up his ass.
Yeah.
We're not going to pull those heads out.
No.
We got to get the heads that have sat back and said, well, my vote doesn't count. We got to change those people. We got to change
If
those
you
people
think
that
your vote does not count,
yes,
and you don't vote, you are right.
Yeah.
Your vote does not count.
You're right.
Yeah.
My family
So
members
it's
are
those
Republican.
people that we got to get.
Yes.
Here.
What the non-voters need to realize is that their non-vote is a vote.
Yes.
And their vote
Yeah.
put Trump
The
in office.
decision to do nothing is a decision. Inaction is the same as action. You make that choice. If you don't go vote, baby, oh, well, the old saying, well, if you don't vote, don't bitch. But they bitch anyway. But, you know.
Yes, they do.
You can't. You have to point, and that I put so much hope really on the younger generation now, and their desire to step up because of the atrocities they've seen in their time in this last school year. 35 shootings. It's ridiculous, and those kids are seeing it, and I'm hoping that it drives them to the polls. It drives them to be interested in this. Because they are fighting for their future. You know, we can fight all we want, but we need the help of everybody.
The kids in Colorado who just recently got shot up 2 days ago are already saying, do not politicize us. They're already saying that.
It's already been politicized.
Yeah, they did at a memorial.
Yeah, I think that's that. You know,
I got a question for you, John.
Yes, Dennis.
Or for the more legal savvy people. The Roger Stone case, the judge for that requested or ordered the unredacted Mueller report by Monday.
The judge ordered it?
Yeah, Judge Amy Berman. And this is reported also by Fox News just a few hours ago.
In Roger
She's
Stone's
the
case.
same. She's the that Manafort had.
So she was the one that they put out the picture with the crosshair.
So my question is, she ordered that.
Yes, she did.
Does the Freedom of Information Act apply?
Nope, nothing to do with it. It's not a public document. I mean, we like to think it is, but it is not a public document. It is the report of a special prosecutor. And it belongs to the body that appointed the special prosecutor, which is the Department of Justice.
There you go.
It is considered to be an internal document and is not subject to Freedom of Information Act.
That's what I wanted to.
Yeah. Thank you,
There's
Mitch.
another judge beside the one that you're just talking about that's doing Freedom of Information Act requests. He wants to see the report too. He's black judge.
There has been a second judge.
A judge's order is not a FOIA request. It's a judge's order.
Yeah, I would.
It'll end up getting tied up in the courts, but it is not a FOIA request.
You know every request. Donnie said it himself. I'm gonna fight all of it. Everything that anybody does that has anything connected to this case or the other 12 to 14. I don't know. It's debatable. I thought it was 14. Somebody told me it was 12. Individual investigations going on that were spawned.
There are 17, John.
17? See? I'm not up all on everything, people. Those investigations
That's just the ones we know about.
Yes.
Right. Those are the unsealed, the ones that are not.
And I have to believe Robert Mueller farmed those out on purpose when he did to protect them from any interference. And those are the investigations that we really have to, because they go right along with the Mueller report. Redacted because of harm to ongoing investigations. Are you shitting me? Well, there's your crimes in there. I mean, we can't read what's under the redacted part, but you can bet your ass that's where the crime is. That's where the evidence lies. In not only him, but all these other investigations that are going on. If we could see what's under those black lines, baby, it would involve those investigations, and those are the crimes that he's worried about.
John,
can I just say, I mean, I think you're absolutely right, but I think most legal minds that we've seen out there, 800-something prosecutors that all came out and said, there's already enough material in the
Yes.
unredacted Mueller
Yes,
report
what we've already
to
seen.
justify impeachment hearings, which is different, materially different than impeachment.
Yeah. You
What
have
we need is
Are-
impeachment hearings.
There are
That's
10
what got
separate incidents of obstruction of justice that you can point to in the Mueller report. The unredacted shit. You know, this.
John,
Yes, ma'am.
in reading about the Roger Stone case and the judge in this case, it's Roger Stone's attorneys that want through the discovery process this unredacted copy of the report, and the prosecutors are saying that it is not entitled to that report.
So let me get this
because of
right.
the
Roger
information.
Stone's attorneys are the one that want.
Yes.
Well,
They're claiming to the judge that it's the government is to comply with its discovery obligations in this case, which would provide the defense with a unredacted copy of the report. So this is one of the reasons why the judge is
I don't know how
request.
I don't know how they could
requesting the
request
report
that
herself.
unless the particular parts
Doesn't
pertain
necessarily mean that
directly
she's
to
going
him.
to hand it over to them.
Yeah,
Well,
no.
he was in the report, so he's claiming that because
Because he's in there,
Mueller
he's entitled to the
charged
whole thing.
him. Yes, exactly.
Well, we'll see how that flies. I don't think it's going to get off the ground, but not yet.
Well, what do you think could possibly be there under those black lines that's going to change the minds of the 32 million morons who voted for Trump? What do you think is going to be in there?
Not a thing.
Nothing.
There will be
gonna change
nothing
their
in
mind.
there that changed their mind. Not
Are
his.
we wasting our time? I mean, is this
We are
going to
not
go
going
somewhere?
after them, Mitch. We're not going after them. His little minions.
can't
I don't
go
give a
after
shit
those.
that what they believe and what they don't believe. Half of them think the damn Earth's flat. The other think it's good to eat Tide Pods. I don't know. Those aren't that's not our target. Our target is in the Senate. Our target is in the Senate. The Republicans in the Senate are the ones that have to be confronted with this, thrown it in their face, show them the break the law, and show them the crimes, show them the evidence, force them to defend the undefendable.
I agree, but I don't think it matters. It could show that Trump shot somebody, and they'd be like,
Yeah.
McConnell doesn't give a shit.
Absolutely
No. The whole Republican
Strategy.
choir out there is singing
John's
"Get rid of
right
it."
on that. John is right about that.
Part of the strategy to take down Trump has got to be death from 1,000 cuts.
That's it.
Yeah.
There's not going to be one
And they
single
would have
thing
to
that's
defend
going to
that
surprise anybody. There's not going to be one single thing that's going to turn a Trump voter. It's the steady drip, drip, drip of look at this asshole. He lied to you. He's a criminal. He did this. He's doing this. He continues to do the X, Y, and Z. And that has to be done publicly. This cannot be done behind closed doors. This has to be where
That's
the public can hear it, because the public is at a point to where they are crying for the information to prove that they have a legitimate democracy here, that the hands of this criminal aren't reached so far into every aspect of our government that it can't be pulled back. And a lot of it has already been done. Look what they've done to the EPA. Look how long it will take to reestablish those rules and regulations that protect our Earth from assholes that just want to make another dime on the monthly bottom line or some shit. It's in our tax system and our judicial system, everything. There, I got
Speak of hypocrisy.
Yeah.
The Republicans had 7 trials of Benghazi.
Yeah.
Now they don't want to have a single trial.
Oh no! That's
on what Barr
it's over.
has included.
They don't have to listen to anymore because Barr already spoke and it's over for them. That's their line. Lindsey Graham, not only the fact since John McCain died, he's just sold everything, every value that man ever had in his soul is gone for the love of Trump. Everything, every one of these people Yes, they sold their soul to the freaking devil, and they.
I wish I could see the picture that they have of what Lindsey Graham is doing. My guess is that he has 3 cocks up his ass or something.
I don't know what it is. Elephant standing on his balls or something. I don't know, but they've got something. I swear, he went to Russia and came back a changed man.
Russian money spends just as good as U.S. money.
That's true. That's true. Yeah.
They got a lot more of it. Okay, they've raped that country. They've got a lot more of it.
That's how come they have oligarchs. That's why they have oligarchs. Because they're the people that get all the money. It's the same kind of thing that Donnie wants to institute in this country. If he could,
we already have it.
The Secretary of
Tell me
Energy.
we're not an oligarchy.
Well,
how can it figure that?
Yeah, with this administration, how can you argue that we don't? He's put cronies in every position that he can. These are not loyal Americans willing to work for the betterment of our country. These are loyalists to Donnie. These people will do what his bidding did. Look what Scott. This really always goes back to Scott Pruitt for me. The son of a bitch went in there and totally raped the EPA. Totally. Just took a knife and just started whacking away at the shit. And he did it for the oil and gas industry and coal mining and any of the other scumbag that wants to make more money by cutting rules and regulations. It really pissed me off because it's just, I remember that time in my life when people were screaming in the streets to clean up our rivers and our air and all that shit. And now we're right down. And it's the same generation. That's what I don't understand. We're the baby boomers, these older people that are in charge of some of these damn things. You know, these are the same people that lived the same time I did. Are you shitting me? You're throwing it all away for what, $1? Boy, our morals have changed, I guess. Not all of us. I guess some of the old hippies, that's why we're Democrats.
Listen, you guys are going to heaven.
Yeah. Everybody wants to go to heaven.
John?
Nobody wants to go today. What's that, dear?
I remember the commercials with the Native American.
I said a lot of you boomers, you might have fought when you fought for us during the 60s when you were younger. Now that you're older, you're trying to get to heaven now.
Yeah. Well, it ain't working for some of them. Heaven ain't going to be there, baby. They're going to be a little surprised.
Hey, John.
Yes, sir. Dennis?
I just want to be clear about, like, our intentions. Like, I think a lot of people are just getting tired of seeing him get away with shit on a daily basis, and we're all putting the pressure on the House to, like, rescue us. But, I mean, we have the voice, we also have to go through the steps of the rule of law. We can't just do what we want like Trump does, because that makes us no better. We have to take the steps necessary to make it legal and people to see to expose him.
Yes.
I mean,
I don't care
how much. A lot of people aren't going to care what he does, period. They just, the end justifies the means. But we have to respect the rule of law, follow it, and get him out. And it's just going to take time.
Yeah.
And we're just on a clock. It has to happen.
Don't play dirty politics like Republicans do.
No, we don't. And
Dennis,
when go ahead, Bernadette.
Dennis, my 33-year-old son, whom I've said this that you just said, that we have to go through these steps. There's a process that we have to go through. He told me, and he's a voter, he will get out there and he will go and vote. He told me it takes too long. That's their biggest complaint, is that the process takes too long. Because the damage that we see done on a daily basis happens instantly, and the process to stop this damage takes
I think ultimately he knows his days are numbered, and that's why he's doing everything he can, because he knows it's going to take time to get him out.
Yeah.
I think he has impunity. I think he's doing whatever he wants because he can, and he thinks he can, and no one's stopping him.
And that's the old thing of I think I can. And if you think big enough, you can, and he is. There's got to be kryptonite, and I think that's us, baby. We are the kryptonite to this shit.
Trump's agenda is to throw everything into a court battle because he knows it will take time to go through the court battle, and maybe within that period of time, he'll get reelected for president.
All he's got to do is make it to 2020.
Other than that, he ain't got a game plan.
get near.
How much will that cost us?
It's going to cost us everything.
That's what I've been asking. How much does every last single one of these lawsuits that he's bringing, whether they're personal or whether they're through his administration, how much is it costing this country?
It's billions. And whenever my brain goes in that direction, I get disheartened because of all the bullshit, including this investigation and all the crap that we are going through to every other news cycle or political season. It is the amount of money that we spend in this country on utter freaking bullshit, while we cry that there are homeless people, that there are people that are sick that need to be taken care of. There's things that we need in this country to progress as a society. But oh shit, no! Let's spend. You got to have $1 billion to run for president nowadays. I don't know how much it is, but that's what it might as well be $1 billion freaking dollars. If you ain't got it, you ain't got money to run. Because some other rich asshole, because of Citizens United, has got money from every corporation in the freaking world that can run as many ads and run as much op-ed research as Donnie that they want. They can smear, they can lie, cheat, steal, do whatever they want because they have an unlimited bank account. So Mr. Smith goes to Washington, has a rough time, baby.
But that's the definition of oligarchy.
There's no infrastructure. There are no jobs that go with the infrastructure. There's no rebuilding of this nation. They're taking it home to them.
They're putting them on. They're putting it in their pockets by way of investment futures and all this other bullshit and the laws that they make their money in, while you get up and go to work every day. It's I don't know. It's disheartening. All of a sudden, I had a brain fart. I got in a conversation last night with somebody, and who was really...
Guys, we're going to get tired. We're going to get tired before this is over with. We're going to get tired of fighting.
Oh, we're tired, mad, irritated, all of it. But
we can't stop.
I always say this. I'm tired of his crimes, his lies, his disgusting demeanor, his look. I'm sick of it all. I'm tired of it. But at the same time, I am more tired. I am more sick of watching a man shit on my country, shit on my Constitution, throw his finger in the face of everybody who is reasonable in this country because he does not give a shit. And the reason I always use that metaphor is because in an old photo album that I have out there in my cedar chest that would belong to my father, and he served in World War II, and there's this old yellow newspaper clipping, and it is a poem that says that he was tired of the fight, tired of the mosquitoes, tired of the death around him, the blood, the gore that he saw every day. He's tired of it. He's incensed with it. It is a poem, but when it gets to the end of it, he says, "But I am more tired of watching a tyrant trying to control the world." It speaks to that what you're willing to go through for the love of democracy. This poem was written by a soldier back in World War II, a combat vet out he was tired. You can just imagine what he saw. What all of our soldiers see when they go to war. They take that because it is more important to fight for the ideals and the democracy that we have borne. We are fighting for the democracy that our forefathers died to make and to keep.
Donald Trump is disrespecting the men who stormed
every day,
Germany.
baby. Every day. That man disrespects, being a draft dodging coward that he is. That in itself is a disgrace to this country. Yes, Colonel Bone Spurs, Captain whatever Bone Spurs you want, Cadet Bone Spurs.
It's funny, John. I had a conversation with one of my sisters today, and we spoke of my father, who also fought in World War II. And he passed away. Would have been 90 years old this year. He would be livid if he saw this shit that's going on right now.
Yes.
Because of Captain Bone Spur.
Yes.
He would be livid.
He thinks.
My father lied about his age to get in and fight World War II.
That's that's the patriotic message that was. It was the call. We were attacked. There were people that were pouring out of their rivers, as Donnie would put it, to enlist and to go fight for this country and for the world. And it's I always had that attraction towards the Greatest Generation, just because I look at it as the last time that everybody in America just about was behind a war effort, behind the cause, the whole thing. After that, we went into Korea and Vietnam, and baby, it was not the same. The attitude.
Dude, I hate to piss on your carpet, but we were unified in a fashion during World War II. You must remember there was a faction in the late 30s of American Nazis who supported Hitler.
Oh yes.
Time Magazine, 1937 Man of the Year. Yeah. You have to remember there were a lot of people in America.
Madison
we don't
Square
talk
Garden,
about them.
The place was full,
right?
Of Nazi
and
sympathizers.
They were conscientious objectors that we don't talk about that went to prison. How about the Japanese people who went to
interned?
Who were
Yes. No,
I mean, the
I'm not saying
decisions
we
that
have.
were made by the alleged leader of the free world, that is the U.S. We have sided with war and death.
Every time, baby.
Pension camps.
War is good for business,
time.
baby. War is good for business. Don't ever think that those in power don't understand that.
War is business.
It is business, baby. It's the defense contractors that want to sell that tank, that airplane, that weapon system, whatever it is you got. We got shit that'll hit a gnat's ass on a pickle 50,000 miles away. What do you
now
want?
You were in the. You know about the Air Force, right, John?
Yes, sir. A little bit. Sparky knows a whole
Tell
bunch
me
about
what
it.
the fuck you sent B-52s to Iran for?
Do you know how old those things are? Because you can see them pretty good.
They are 50 years old.
They are old, baby. They are old, and they've been around a long time. They've been a workhorse of the Air Force forever.
They are older than 50. They are about
54 years.
Yeah. That's
They're in the
a
Korean
credit
War,
to every
I think.
mechanic, every electrician that works on those aircraft. That's a testament to their ability to keep those birds in the air. And I say that because I was at one time one of those people that was responsible
1966, I believe, was the year the last B-52 was produced.
The most powerful weapon we have is a submarine, baby. That's the most powerful weapon we have. When a commander of a submarine is given his orders to go to station, he's given a whole big old section of the ocean. He can be anywhere in there he wants to be, and he can hit his target from anywhere. But we're not the only ones that have those.
Earlier you mentioned that we're headed to war with anybody, and I would not be surprised if this man doesn't start a war just so he could stay in office.
I don't either, Bernadette. I don't either. I don't put this past him. I don't put it past John Bolton. John Bolton is a war hawk from hell, and he wants Iran's ass blowed up. That's what John Bolton wants. And with Trump today saying, I have to hold that guy back. Are you shitting me? That scares the fuck out of me. Because that's what that man wants, and it's obvious to everybody.
We're going to get our asses kicked.
We're going to get our ass in a situation. We have, Iran this boggles my mind, because look at the whole freaking area. We've had wars in the only thing we haven't had a war in is Iran. Afghanistan. We've got Iraq. We've been in Syria. We've been all over the freaking place. Well, why not just throw in Iran? Let's just have a whole big freaking shit smear over there. Because it's not their kids that's going to go die. It's going to be your kids that are going to go die.
Let's have Uncle Mitch's history lesson, and I want you guys to remember this and bring it to whoever you talk to about the subject.
What's that, Mitch?
Iran used to be a democratically elected social democracy until 1953, when the CIA overthrew the government and installed the Shah of Iran,
baby. That's where this
one
goes
of the
back to
worst dictators. So what you are seeing happening right now in Iran is the blowback from all of these years of putting dictators in there to cap that oil. The mistake that Mossadegh made in 1953 was when they announced that they were nationalizing Iran's oil supply.
Fields. That's right.
He was 41 days later. The coup happened,
and we installed the Shah, and then history started from there.
That is correct.
Most of know, because when I went in the military, I used to work alongside of Iranians. We trained them. We worked with them all the time, and that's how come I always say that we have a lot more in common with Iran than we do with ever had with Saudi Arabia. Iran is a more open society.
Have in common with Venezuela. That's why we're trying to get into Venezuela. Venezuela is full of oil.
Yeah, funny how that is. How when we're talking about Iran and Venezuela, the one common thread there is a whole lot of oil, baby, and that means money. A whole lot
of oil.
That means money.
That's coincidence. Coincidence.
And it's the whole thing with Russia. When I first started this damn rant shit, when it was obvious that Donnie's role in this whole shit was to make sure that the sanctions were lifted off of Russia, because there's a whole big lot of freaking oil up there in Russia that has to get out, which is why part of the Crimea was taken, is they get a goddamn pipeline down there. When Exxon does get their clear contract, which they had before Donnie came along, to get that fucking oil out, but then they meddle in the elections and stuff. There were sanctions put on, and certain companies can't do shit over there, and until those sanctions are lifted, they can't do that. So all of a sudden you start thinking, well, oil in Russia, oil in Venezuela, oil in Iran. Wherever the fuck there's oil, we are. So
Republicans' motto: if there's oil, we'll take over the country and we'll start a war.
Drill, baby,
and
drill.
That will make Donnie and Republican presidents.
Oh man, I'm telling you, oil companies, they're strange. Anything, because being down here in South Texas, where oil and gas is big business, baby. That's what this state is: oil, gas, and cattle. That's what runs in this state, cotton and stuff like that. But it's all about oil and gas, and yeah. Oh, I was thinking about the amount of money paid to everybody on that rig. Not only the roughneck, the company man, the tool pusher, the district manager. I mean, these people, they roll in the freaking dough relative to the normal working man out here. If you're working in the oil field, baby, you're making some bucks. If you're working for a good crew, a good company, if you're working for Exxon, baby, you got money in your pocket. You're making money, because oil companies are about money, and that's how come there's a lot of support for oil and gas down here in Texas. A lot of people believe in that shit, because not only it provides those jobs, it provides the service industries that support it. And but they're not so ignorant to the point that they can't see where this leads, and that the future of this country and the future of the world is not in fossil fuels. It's in renewables, it's in solar, it's in wind, it's in all those shit, the technologies that are advancing all the time. There's the future.
But as the world's supply of oil inevitably dwindles,
it is a finite.
It's going to right, and it is going to become more and more of a hassle to acquire. The quality of the oil that is acquired is going down. Yeah. Because the easily accessible clean oil is all gone.
Oh yeah.
And so we have to use the salt water and fracking methods to get at fuel, and it's not as clean. And eventually they're going to go to those pumps, and those wells are going to be dry. And we are all going to be fucked when that happens.
I'm telling you, and you can see that too, because they'll come down here in South Texas. A well was drilled back in 1950. Look at over there, it's been producing, but it's not doing too well. What we do with that well? Well, let's just come in and frack the shit out of it, because that's going to produce more oil for many more years. When they produce a well, and as a matter of fact, I've seen this, they wait to bring in that well online when the price is right. They could go out and drill a hole and hit a nice big hole out there, but the price of oil just isn't right now. They'll just go out there and cap that well. They'll put a cap on it until the railroad commission, oh, well, you ain't got nothing there. We'll come back later, maybe shoot it in and see what happens. No, they're waiting for the price to go. When the price goes out, they shoot that well, they bring it in, and baby, that well's going to produce for years and years and years and years and years. And,
John, a serious question from a Minnesota boy.
Yeah, Keith.
Wouldn't it be more beneficial for your wide open territories to be set up with solar power, wind power, than drilling for oil? I mean,
Well,
there are
surely
jobs
you
there.
jest, Keith. What good would that do? The sun goes down
Yeah,
at
really.
night. You know, the wind.
What happens when the wind stops
Yeah,
blowing?
that's right. Just the other day, it was a calm day here. I don't know how. If it wasn't for oil and gas, by God, the lights would have went off. It's.
And besides, those windmills give you cancer.
It's like my brother. My brother does not like new tech phones, the new smartphones. My brother would just as be soon if he had an old dial-up phone that had a cord to it. Yeah, all this. He hates it's dragging. Some people you're going to have to drag into the 21st century, the 20th. It's the technology. They don't like it. I just like things the way they always were. Well, go out and kill a whale and get some whale oil. Things change. And we progress as a society, we progress as a world, and if we're not capable of doing that, then what are we even freaking here for? I ain't got my George Jetson car. I say it all the damn time. What the hell? Let me see.
So there are a couple interesting stories today.
What's that? What interesting?
One of them, judge from Tennessee puts a post on Facebook that the Jewish people should just get the fuck over the Holocaust already.
Holy shit.
Yeah. And that's, let me see. I'm looking over here.
What, 6 million dead? Are you kidding me?
Oh, that's another one. And actually closer to 14 million.
Let me see. I got to check this out so I don't hit the wrong freaking button and Travis come over here and...
Kind of like saying Black Lives Don't Matter.
Yeah.
Matters to me.
Matters to me too, baby.
Since I am one of those black lives, matters to me.
Well, your life matters more than anybody else here in my book. I'm telling you, darling. No, it's pitiful because I've been in that conversation before. As you all know, Maestro's a good friend of mine. As a matter of fact, I was over there today. And we need to drag the equipment over there and need to do a show over there because, oh shit. I don't know what it says. I'm going to say deny because I don't know what the hell it says. Anyway, he sends his best, as a matter of fact. I don't know if he's watching Anthony, but he usually chills out in the evenings and whatnot. But, it's, I lost my train of thought because I was trying to find out what I was over there denying on my computer. Black Lives Matter. It's, I got into my mind all of a sudden is distracted because last night somebody shared my Wednesday rant and they said a very nice thing about me and I said thank you very much, that was very kind of you. But then somebody chimed in and discussed how Mr. Britovo, although entertaining with his Will Rogers run out of better angels so he can trot them out and look for attention and blah blah but it was several paragraphs long, and it was very obviously written by somebody who is college educated, who is very knowledgeable on the English language and how to properly use it all the time to make a point about whiteness, and that no matter what I piddled out about my little stories of rounding up the better angels of our time, does not understand his whiteness and how his whiteness has, and he was degrading my entertainment, as he called it, because I do not understand the basic problem that Trump is just a distraction in the world and everything, and that my problem is I don't understand the problem with whiteness, and after, I responded with him very nicely, tried to use the best language I can, and then basically told him I appreciate that, but you're basically told him you're attempting to make yourself appear so much. I didn't tell him that. He's trying to make himself look intelligent so much to the point that I'm just an ignorant soul and don't know what I'm doing, and it had to do all about this whiteness, and I don't know how to argue that point with him, because how do you proclaim that you are so in tune with your whiteness that your whiteness is you are consumed with that, and it's an odd question. I don't, I am well aware. That's what he was drilling me is the progression of our society and how the white privilege, the white identity provided for the white nation of this country. This guy is white. He's not black. So it's not a racist thing that he's going back and forth with me. He is just trying to enlighten me and point out my ignorance, that I am not knowledgeable of how society got where we are. And my point back to him.
You were drilled by a white guy from Washington, D.C. You were not talking to a person who lived on the land.
Well, I called him out on that because this guy, although the other person had that was in this conversation who originally had told people, hey, you ought to go listen to this guy. He's pretty good, and he's from Texas, and he's a Democrat and whatnot. And this guy, he just wanted to jump in there and point out the fact that, well, he's an ignorant hick from Texas and he doesn't know squat. And it irritated me. And I finally just told him, look, I tire of your attempt to act like a fucking asshole. I wanted to say, but I didn't, because it would just fall into his.
JB, can I help you out here, buddy?
Yeah, go ahead. Save me, Mitch.
All right. Number one, there's no such thing as race. There is no such thing as race. It is a non-scientific construct. It is a political.
It's like everything
construct.
else. It's
number two.
It's perceived by
number two.
It's something we invented.
We are the human race.
Exactly. Number two. There is no such thing as the white race.
No.
There is no such
thing. Pure white race. That's a fantasy. That's how come I always say all these guys that belong to the white nationalist bullshit, the Klan and all that, they ought to have that 23andMe whatever DNA test. Let's test you, Bob, because I don't think you're pure white. And I know he's not.
Here's what I say. What is a racist? A racist is someone who believes that there is such a thing as race and that it matters.
And that they are a superior race.
Sorry.
That's what it's about. Those are the people that take the color of one's skin, their race or whatever they want to call it, and they put a ranking on that. And white, evidently, you're getting a mansion in heaven and all that kind of stuff, and everybody else down below, well, we'll figure that out shit later. There's a pecking order. It gives them that power. But if and I have said this before, John, you've never had a bone in your body. I don't. I have all my life tried to recognize the fact that there's only one person I'm prejudiced against, and that's the asshole I'm fixing to meet. It doesn't. All through my life, I have met people that were black that was assholes. I've met a whole lot of people that were white that were assholes. I've met a lot of Asian people that were assholes. There's assholes everywhere, but that you can't. It's your fantasy that you're just the purest thing ever driven, that you deserve your own freaking country and all that bullshit that they tried. But every one of us is mixed. Every one of us. And if you believe their own freaking religion, if you believe what they preach in their churches, that we all came from, we're all brothers and sisters. We're all of the same tribe. We're all of the same everything. Red and yellow, black and white. All of us. All of us. But they don't like that story, so they got to change it up. Well, God had a hierarchy here. That's how come he was white. So was Jesus and Santa Claus and all that other bullshit. They's all white.
Because their skin is the thing that they have.
Yes.
Their skin is their currency. It's the only thing they have that's worth anything.
I think it was Johnson that said if you can convince the lowest white man that he is better than the highest black man, you can steal every penny in his pocket. He will give it to you. He will follow you anywhere if you can convince him that he is better than somebody else who is not his same color that's doing a whole lot better than him.
So next time you get into an argument with someone who talks about white superiority, you can tell them what I just told you.
I will.
That there's no such thing as white people. It's imaginary. White people, Oompa Loompas, they're all fucking imaginary. They don't exist.
Baby, that's it. I do want to point out that the lady that had originally shared my post and she jumped back in and jumped onto this guy's butt for treating somebody that she just had introduced to her friends so rudely on the first time, and singling out a single subject, trying to force me into proving that I don't know what I'm talking about on that subject. And I had no doubt that he was much more in tune with me. He had all the facts right there of what percentage of white people voted for Donald Trump. Well, your analysis is correct. There was a lot of white people that voted for Trump, and what am I supposed to do with that? Is that condemn me? I didn't vote for the asshole, and there's a whole lot of other white people that did not vote for this asshole.
Most white people did not vote.
Yeah, he was basically not in the argument about whiteness. He was in the argument to prove that I was just a lowly idiot from Texas who doesn't know how to talk. And I don't talk as well as I write, so if anybody, it was taken down, I noticed, because it's not on my feed anymore. If anybody has paid attention to my writings before I post my shit on Facebook, I can write. I just have a problem with talking because my mind at some point is just going through the motions of, oh, I don't want to slap the fuck out of you. You're so stupid, you ignorant son of a bitch. Get out of here. And then I go that way.
Can I give you a few words of wisdom?
What's that, Bernadette?
And I will be vulgar.
Go ahead, darling. Shock us all, baby. Just go fuck them. That's it.
Them.
Well, you know what? One of my favorite lines.
If he doesn't have anything to bring to the conversation besides that babbling bullshit, fuck him.
I can't. All of a sudden,
it doesn't matter.
Remember the series that was on HBO? It was about New Orleans. It was a wonderful series. I watched every bit of it. Me and Mama did. I can't remember the name of it. But there was a line in that show, and I've held on to it ever since. And it was God dog it, it's all running out of my mind. But the line now, what show it was, and who the character was, because he's famous. But his line was, "Fuck you, you fucking fuck." And ever since he ever since that came out, it's been my go-to thing.
Oh, you're talking about Treme.
Yes, Treme. Thank you very much, Mitch. I appreciate it. And the name of the actor I'm talking about, big guy. Shoosh. Anyway.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Treme was an excellent movie about New Orleans.
Sounds like Pesci would say it, something like that.
Joe
Pesci.
He just wanted to bring his controversy to your conversation.
Yes, he was.
Don't let people do that.
I didn't. I told him. I grew tired of his attempt to entertain himself by, letting me know that I am not as educated as he is, and praise the Lord. There's people out there more educated than me, because we don't need a bunch of people like me up there. There's people that know a whole lot more about shit than I do, and. It is the sadness I feel when I come across people who think that they are so intelligent that their only job in life is to point out to you just how ignorant you are. And I used to tell these people, lots of people, when I gathered 50 people in a room working in an area on a job, the thing I used to perform for the Army at times, is to let them know that the oldest person in that room, the guy that has been working here in this particular shop or this area for the last 15 to 20 years, does not know something that kid that just walked in the door and just got hired in, he knows something you don't. And if you're afraid to learn that, then you're doomed to repeat mistakes and continue to do things that are excessive, that are unnecessary, that there's a new way to do things. If we could just figure things out in this shop, how things work, then we can progress. But you can't come into a meeting with anybody thinking that you have already got all the answers, don't know shit, and as a matter of fact, could teach everybody in this room everything they even need to know. You don't need that. You need somebody that's willing to listen to that young voice, that guy that knows a little something that you don't. I'm sorry, who's getting beat up? Somebody's getting murdered, and we're all witnesses, baby. What did you hear?
That's Velika. Hot mic.
Is there a hot mic
Anyway,
on a
there
murder
we go.
scene? Go ahead, Dennis.
Can we get Velda back in? She got dropped, and I
I'm
think
sorry.
Buzzman's been waiting.
Yes.
2 in the green room.
Yes, let me get the thing over here. Oh, there it is.
Hey, John. Let
Yes,
me
sir.
tell you something. After your rant yesterday, it was Bernadette, Velda, and me. We're all just sitting there jibber jabbering on Discord. It was fun.
Well, I appreciate that. I can't hardly see. I know where the green room is, and I just dragged everybody that was in the green room right into our room. So we're all here now, baby. Vel, are you there?
He's mic'd or muted.
Yes, I am.
Okay, I'm sorry we lost you, darling. We must have let a window.
Well, what happened was everybody's went. The only person I could hear was you, so I refreshed.
Oh, and that solved it.
Yeah.
There you go.
And
Solved it,
when
all right.
when I was booted.
Anita Clark, thank you, darling. Her husband was a Navy SEAL in Vietnam, and she protested the war, and as did many others. And with Jane Fonda, and that's, Anita Clark. Were you a singer? Oh no, that's Petulia Clark. That was Petulia Clark. I almost had you mixed up there, Anita. You could. There was many people, many people, who had loved ones serving in Vietnam who came here to protest the war, who stood up for that, and it's common even today. Those that have loved ones in war zones, they don't want them there, and they don't want the war that they're fighting. Nobody does. It's old men that make decisions that make young men die. And anyway, wasn't that cheerful?
Well, here's something cheerful. They found a black man hanging from a tree this morning.
Are you shitting me? Don't tell me that, Mitch.
Dude, I'm telling you, you may say, "Oh, it can't be happening." It's fucking happening.
Where is this?
Where?
Where is that, Mitch?
Let me guess. Alabama?
Yeah.
Mississippi.
Oh, close enough.
Mississippi.
Yeah,
Wait.
they found him hanging from a tree.
Well, they just executed that guy, I think, the other day here in Texas that they dragged that black man out in East Texas out here to death. Towed him behind a pickup truck with chains around him till his head came off.
Tore him apart.
Yes. If you don't think there's the depth of hatred in this country that does that kind of shit, yeah, it's out there, baby. And the tone that is set in our house in Washington, D.C. right now does not do much to quell that. Does not do much to stop
about it.
John,
He laughed about it.
John, there is a group of pastors, and I use that term loosely.
Yeah, I bet.
Who are getting together and putting together an anti-LGBT conference in Florida. This group's main feature is that they believe all gay people should receive capital punishment.
Well, there you go. Put them out there and let the public stone them to death, just like Jesus wants them. It's sickening. Oh man, I could get tied into this religious argument anytime, because no matter what, we're just talking about wars. Oh, we ain't killed. There's never been more people killed bigger than any reason more than Jesus or religion and shit. Religion has killed more people in the world than any other thing in life, in history, as Donnie would say, and in history of all history. I get irritated when I hear religious bullshit, because it does. Right up to the day today, it's our God will kick your God's ass every day. So let's go. It's hard to fight, because if you ask almost anybody, if you ask me, I'll tell you real quick, I'm an atheist, baby. I don't believe that story. Y'all have fun with it. Good luck with it. I hope you get the mansion on the hill and all that shit. But if you go across, I don't know where you live, but if you come around here, you ask anybody, hey, you a Christian? Why, yes, I am. It doesn't matter what they do or what their what their moral life is like or anything. It doesn't matter. They say the words, I'm a Christian. That's all it takes down here. It's like anything else. They say it, it's true. and you can't.
Well, all
argue
you have to
that.
do is believe it, right?
That's
all you
it.
got to do is
All
believe
you
it.
got to do is believe. Let Jesus in your heart, and you're safe forever. You go out and screw around on your wife, do anything you want to do. Hell, you can murder people tomorrow and ask Jesus forgiveness day after tomorrow, and you're good to go, baby.
All right, John, because my wife is sitting right here next to me. I just want you to know that.
Well, bless her heart. I'm proud of her. Dar, if you're within hearing voice, we all want to send our condolences that you're married to Mike, Mitch.
Got a good man.
So we're
John?
rooting for you, dear. You can survive this. I mean, you really can. You know. So,
Dude, we're coming.
I'm
we're
sorry.
20
What were you
almost-
saying, Mitch?
Almost 30 years, buddy. That's a long
Lord,
fucking
we need
time.
to give that woman a medal. 30 years. I'm telling you. Well, bless y'all's heart. I'm tickled to death to hear that. Mom and I have been together 42.
Let me tell you something.
Yeah.
When we had our 25th anniversary,
Yeah.
go out there and try to find a 25th anniversary card. Good fucking luck.
27 years.
Oh, wait, Mitch. Did you ask her? Because she probably could have put you in the right. I don't know. You know, they got a list of one's paper, one's diamond, and all that stuff. Well, you know, what is the 27th anniversary? Who knows? I don't know. You know, my wife, I'd be the first one to admit my wife has missed out on so many. You know, we did not have a honeymoon. Anniversary presents are few and far between. They're more corny stuff than anything else that don't cost. Our wedding rings are made out of stainless steel that I made because I was too broke to buy her a ring. And so I'm blessed in the fact that my wife still holds on to me after 42 years of me being a suck-ass anniversary. I don't care what it is. You know, our budget has always been tight. And so
I looked it up, by the way.
Oh,
Our
what?
29th anniversary is Ziploc bags.
Ziploc bags. There you go. There's something for everybody out there. And but no, really, seriously, all kidding aside, we want to wish your wife the best, you know, hopes for a future. And you
She's a pretty awesome
you can
wife.
make it all the way, dear. I'm telling you. You know, you haven't even introduced your wife's name.
Say hello, Julie.
Hello, John.
It's Julie.
Julie. Well, Julie, we're all rooting for you, dear, and all of us do. We send our sincere condolences. And
Are you going to lay odds? I mean, really, what's going on here?
I am sure that all of us are rooting for you to No,
she
really,
sounds
seriously.
pretty smart. I'll give him 4-1.
We've enjoyed Mitch's voice on here. As a matter of fact, Mitch is one of Travis's favorite guests because Mitch is like Travis says, he's got something to say and he don't mind saying it. And there you go. So Mitch, when are you going to turn your camera on, buddy? You got a voice for it, buddy. You got the anger. You got the knowledge. You could just turn that camera on and baby, show the world.
Takes the real man to hang on. Sorry, lady.
Oh, baby, it ain't take that. I think take stupidity. Really, I've been doing this for so long. I'm telling you, it has its ups and downs.
Can I talk about something, John? Now that I've stolen your show away completely.
Go ahead, Bob. Yes, just steal the whole
We're
thing.
thinking very seriously of starting a movement, and if you go on Facebook, I've been trying to spread it around a little bit.
All right.
I think it would be a great idea if we, the people of America, paid Don the Con a little visit in Washington.
Oh, I swear, buddy, we need to do that.
And I am trying to start a movement to do that, and I would love to have anyone's help I can get.
All
and
right.
I already have the page, and I'll share it with you a little later, John, and try to spread it around a little bit.
Buddy, I'll
But I
spread
want
it.
to have July 7th, 2019. Let's go pay a little visit
July
to Mr.
7th.
Trump.
We could all enjoy our nice holiday, our
Right?
4th of July, enjoy that, and then march on Washington to reestablish our democracy, to stand in the street.
He'll just spend more of our money to go down to Mar-a-Lago so he doesn't have to see it.
Mar-a-Lago.
I don't give a shit. We're coming
I
anyway.
don't care. It's not him. He looks out the window of the White House. He would not give a shit. We march on the Senate, on the House, on our legislators, because we know the man in our house doesn't give a shit. He'll look out there and see the crowds and think, "Look at that! I'm in the news, baby." He's happy.
What, Mitch? What's the title of the group or the march?
I've called it the March for Impeachment. I'm about to put the link up on the chat, on the Facebook chat right now.
How about calling it the "We Are Sick to Death of You" Donald
No
Trump
shit.
March?
No
The March for
shit.
Impeachment, I think that captures it pretty well.
Okay.
No, that politicizes it. Make it something we can't stand you.
Mitch,
I can't change it now. All right, well, we'll see.
Mitch,
Send
me,
Mark the date.
Hey, Mitch, send me any links that you have to my email at bluedotintexas.com.
Yes, sir.
At gmail.com, I think it is.
Share this to the state of Minnesota and St. Paul. We can do something.
I would be there. And that's a big step for me, baby, because how I get there is a different question.
Dude,
it's
you
always
make yourself
been
available. I'll make sure your ass is there.
Shit, I appreciate that, but that's not up to the Blue Dot family to make sure I go anywhere. I should be able to go on my own. But maybe let me see. I have May.
Shut up
June.
and take donations if they're offered.
Well, I appreciate that. I'm telling you, the Blue Dot family with our Patreon. I'm going to tell you all the damn truth. Last November, baby, we got hit hard. I think I mentioned before, Christmas was shit. Our birthdays came and went, and they were shit. There was nothing that we had in this family. It's been that way ever since November, and we have fought. And I've always said it from the beginning. I've fought for this house ever since I have a countrywide. Shove it up your ass. I'll keep this house till I die. Fight for this house, but it got real bad in November. And at that time, I had been doing this for a long time by then, and the Patreon page increased. We now have about 180 some odd Patreon members, and I'm here to tell you, baby, for months now, if it had not been for the support of those that donate to our Patreon page and those that send in donations, we would not make it, baby. I'm not proud of it, but that's it's bought our groceries. It's kept my lights on. I still have to make the bills with less money. And this thing that I do now, it eats up all of my time, but it is all that consumes my mind. This is what I want to do. This is what it makes me happy. And they say if you do something you're happy, you never have to work. Well, this is not work. It's a good book, and I want it to have a happy ending. And we're the ones just writing the story. We are the ones every day that are writing this story, and I want a good book. But we're in the suspense part of the book now. The mystery's over. We know who the evil people are. Now the suspense is here. We are in a constitutional crisis, fighting for every damn thing in this country that we hold dear, from a man that would be king, that would be a potentate. That's all he wants to be. Who is so ate up with the desire for money and power that nothing else is going to get in his way. Not our laws, not our Constitution, not anything. And I want our outcome to be good. I want the story to end well for our kids, for our grandchildren, for the future of not only this country, but the whole freaking world that could be dragged into another world war. We get into shit with Iran or something like that. Are you shitting me? Russia's backing them. Everybody's got their player in these games. And we go right down the shit where thousands upon thousands upon thousands of people die for freaking nothing. And that's what we need to prevent. Anyway.
We're going over 2 hours, John.
Yeah. Oh, shit. Oh. Well, I'm sure I still have a wife. I'm the one with the car keys, so. Where's she going? No, I'm telling you. We better hold on.
You better go take care of her.
Mute that, sir, a second, so I don't make all that noise. Yes, I guess we ought to wind down a little bit. It's been a great. I love this shit. This is what I mean. It seems like work, and it is. It's constant. You're always looking into shit, but it's a very rewarding feeling to know that I know what I'm talking about when I speak to other people. And the fact that we have grown a Blue Dot family here of people that really do care, and that's what it's going to take to change this world. It's people who care, and that's us, baby. But oh yeah, look here.
Speaking of all, it together, but
those are the people, and many others that we can't fit everybody up here. That I want to say thank you to so much. and I can't stress that enough. It means the world to us, and it has for a while now, and we're thankful for every one of them. So yeah, to all our Patreon members, that now I had this great idea when I first started the Patreon page. I'm going to put special content over there only for the Patreon members, and I still want to do that in some way to pay back and say thank you to those people. But everything I do, I want everybody to hear this shit. I want everybody to discuss this, and it just gets into a thing, and I know I owe every one of these people something special, because you know, even $1 a month for some people, I know what that feels like to pull that out. You know, a lot of $5 donators and stuff like that, that can hurt you sometimes. You know, and that's sad to say. Nobody wants to admit that, you know, a couple of dollars could make a big difference, but maybe it does. And the way it works with Patreon and everything, with all those $1 and adding up, it is enough to make a difference, and it is enough to, you know, if I don't lose everything else, it helps us survive. If I lose in 2 months, well, it's going to be the only thing I have. So anyway, enough of that. We really appreciate all
good night,
this.
Blue Dots.
Good night, Keith.
We love you.
We'll talk to you guys later.
We appreciate. I appreciate every one of you.
Fight, John.
I appreciate it. Semper Fi, oorah, buddy.
Hoorah.
Oorah. And yes, Semper Fortis, buddy. Semper Fortis. Not for self, for country. And that's all we ask of you. I just saw John Kennedy the other day, a clip of him saying those words again. Ask not what you can do for you, what your country can do for you. Ask what you can do for your country. It's a corny line, but it stirs that passionate feeling inside of me that asks you to do the same thing. This is the time that we fight for it. This is the time we fight for it, because this is it. If we don't win this battle, we lose everything they ever fought for, and we can't let that happen. And right before we go, I want to thank Tree, who donated $2, and we appreciate that, and said, thank you, John, we need you, baby. I appreciate that very much, Tree. And the thing is, we need each other, because my voice is nothing until it is multiplied by your voice. When we stand next to each other, our power is multiplied. And when enough of us keep standing together, that power gets just a magnitude that is unbelievable. And we can shape this nation, and we need to shape this nation. It is our calling to do this shit. We need to get with Mitch. We need to set a date. July 7th sounds damn good to me, baby. But that's where we need to be, because it's only by the power of numbers that things change. We can all sit back and wonder what's going to happen, but if we don't raise our voice, the arc of justice does not bend in our favor. It is by us pulling on that arc that makes it bend. The day we stop pulling is the day it just goes straight, and we become a fascist nation, and we cannot let that happen. All of our lives depend on this, and every life coming after us depends on us rescuing this democracy. Anyway, like, share, subscribe, all that bullshit that I always say. Just spread the word, keep involved, stay involved, get with Mitch. We're going to find out now. He's going to put his site out there. We're going to pump that up, because that's what needs to happen, because we are in that constitutional crisis, and we can't let this moment go by. So with that being said, I guess I will sign off here, and those in the Discord, please hang on, and I will chat just a few more minutes before I have to go back in and see him, Mama. But for the rest of the Blue Dot family out there, thank you for coming by. Thank you for listening tonight. Thank you for being a part of this family, and thanks for sharing your time here, and just to keep the fight going, baby. So we appreciate it all. Y'all have a good night, and we'll see you Friday, baby. Beer and Bud Friday. I got one of them, so I'm running low on the other. So we'll see how that goes. But get the beer on the ice, Bud in the bowl, and let's get ready for our weekend. We'll have lots to talk about tomorrow, I'm sure. Y'all take care. Bye.